live now, I think.
Can they hear us talk?
Let me get on my phone real quick and see what it sounds like. Is anybody here? Anybody? I don't even know how this works.
Are you even streaming?
I just went live, yeah, so
Okay.
let me take off my headset. Alright, you guys say something.
Howdy,
Something.
howdy. Yun is better than Chun.
I like it.
Oh my god, I think it's actually working. Oh.
Hey, we got it in
All
one
right.
go.
First try.
Alright, first try.
Because I'm here.
I know, right? Alright, let me bring this up. Do we have any viewers? I don't even know.
I think so.
Bringing it up on my cell phone.
Let me go spam the link everywhere.
Oh shit. Oh shit, car is falling. Thank you. Got
I
trash
just
life on
kicked her back out to Canada. She was with me for the last couple months.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she was visiting.
Yep.
Yeah. She's working remote or what? Or just taking 3 months off? Because that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spread someone else's personal business, but she has
Okay.
taken some time off, so.
Okay. Cool. Always good to take time off from work.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so we got some people pouring in. I got the GoFundMe there in the chat if you guys see that. What's up, Car? Thank you for joining us. Gonna wait a couple of seconds here, get some more people in, and then we'll get this thing kicked off.
I guess I should pull it up too, huh?
You can. I think we have the chat on the screen. I think this looks professional. How does it look, sound? Give me some feedback here, viewers.
Testing.
Do we have to fire chill or what?
Yep. Well, it'll be hard to replace him considering his salary.
I know, right? What other Korean boy can we get to put this shit together? Jimmy's mic sounds a little muffed, I think.
Maybe you gotta
Little muffled?
turn her up
Let's
on
see.
your end.
Mm.
She sounds fine to me, so it might be.
Also, the title spelled her name wrong. Yeah, probably.
Come on, Ray, get it together, bro.
No, you got it right.
Okay. Did
I do IE. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Great job, Ray. This is why we pay you the
It's
big
my
bucks.
first day, dude. I don't know. I'm not a production guy, man. I'm an operations guy. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, and the stream title.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Got it.
God damn it, Ray. Get your shit together, man.
My apologies. I'll fix it in post.
I don't care. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
we definitely have a post.
We got Cedric in the chat. What up, Cedric? He said your mom says hi.
Yeah, that's great.
Poor Lance's mom. I'm sure she's a really nice lady. Oh shit. All right. Well, looks like we got some viewers in chat here. We want to go and get this thing kicked off. Lance, you want to do the introduction?
Yeah, welcome to the Lance and Ray podcast. Our special guest today is Jamie, who is do you still go by Ariana Grande, or is that done?
I mean, that's probably everyone's always gonna know me as Ariana if that's how they knew me, right? But so I don't really care. But I've grown into the every Chun player just going by their first name thing. So
Yeah, that's the path to greatness.
yep,
Yep.
exactly.
Special guest Jamie from Arizona. Yeah, welcome. That's the whole
Jesus
introduction.
Christ, Lance. Oh my God, dude.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Former top 16 Jazzy finalist, Jamie.
Oh, yeah,
There
absolutely.
you go.
Okay, I did do
Yeah.
that.
Top
Word.
16 at 3SO this year, I think, right? Or top something. Top pretty high this year at 3SO.
Yeah, I don't know what I got. I did all right. I could have done better. Could have done worse.
Hard tournament though. Top 16, 3SO is that's beast mode. I feel. Not too shabby.
I got to play like 3 Dudleys in a row, so I can't
I
pat
mean,
myself too much on the back, you know.
Dudleys deserve it. Let's be real here. They're
True.
caveman
very
characters. What a bully character. So
Yeah.
no sympathy for any deadly players whatsoever. Kara says you got 13th. 13th.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
Word.
We're not gonna fact check it, so we're gonna go with that.
Fuck it, you got first. Congrats,
I got
former 3SO champion.
Wow.
3SO
Amazing. I'm returning this year. Yeah.
Speaking of this year, I don't like I haven't traveled as much for tournaments as I have this like usually previous years, and I haven't seen you anywhere. But have you traveled anything this year? Have you played in anything?
This year, no. First tournament I will be going to this year should be Resurrection,
Hmm.
next month in Toronto. Very excited to go out there, see what's going on over in the Toronto scene. All those guys have always been a blast to hang out with and talk with. Zed is doing really cool technical stuff over there, especially every time I see some of the projects he's working on. Very sick. Good for all of us. But no, I haven't gotten to anything else this year.
Any reason for that being, or just like kind of taking a little break?
Started a new job last year, so I've kind of been very preoccupied with that, focused just on life stuff. But still playing. No, it's still. I mean, I'm at every time we do monthlies, the locals, weeklies. I'm hanging out. So
Who's also playing out there in Arizona? I know Reddick is retired, semi-retired.
well, he doesn't want me to talk about him, but um, no, he's actually been showing up. I have unfortunately lost to him. I think the last two times that
Okay.
we met in bracket, which blows because I was kicking his ass for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So old man still got it. Uh, we've got Bling, Necro player. My personal opinion, not that I'm biased, best Necro in United States, but um, we've got his brother BMXer 3S,
Mm-hmm.
Yun and Young player. Some of you might know him as Hitman Striker if you're on SRK forums.
Holy shit. Okay,
Um,
yeah, that's a callback there.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. God, I don't want to leave anyone out. We've got DJ Faka Tristan, who is actually from Tucson, but the Tucson scene comes up. He also plays Necro. Uh, we just had I don't know if anyone knows Forward Sean,
Mm-mm.
real old head player from Arizona. Used to play Marvel, played Third Strike, played all the Alpha games, played Melee. He made a guest appearance a couple weeks ago, which was crazy. You can look at that dude's like made top eight at Evos for like 20 years ago, like all that kind of stuff. So
Oh,
really
okay.
crazy seeing him out. Um, Let me see. We've got Jizza, who's an Urian player who started playing within the last around the same time I did, probably the last 5 years or so. Um, Let me see. We've got Dirty Mike, who's been on commentary for a lot of different events. Um, Amazing guy, good friend of mine. Plays Urian. Gosh, I'm sure everyone knows Bailey. I don't want to talk about Bailey, but we have
Yeah,
Bailey out
no, no,
here.
no Bailey yet.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
he does. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. If I'm gonna keep naming names, I'm gonna end up forgetting people. So I don't want
Mm.
to throw too many names out to make anyone feel left out. But we have a lot of people here. I love my ACC, and everyone's real good. We're all besties. Everyone loves each other.
Are you guys still playing at the same venue? I went out there, what was it, 2024 when I went?
Yeah.
Same venue?
Same venue, the Gaming Zone in
Gaming Zone.
Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah, it's like attached to just like a retro game store, right? Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Uh-huh. They got a like second suite attached to their like main like shop that just has the whole arcade. They've got three versus cities set up in there. They got a big old DDR cabinet. That's where all the modern games do their locals too. So they have like stations with a bunch of consoles and
yeah.
monitors and all that. They're always swapping games and like we randomly got like is it like Tekken Tag or Tekken 5 on a cabinet over
Is that the
there?
one where you
Which is
plug in the like PS2 controller?
I don't know, but I mean it's an American cabinet, right? So it's got like the real gummy lever and everything and
Okay,
the
okay.
friggin' high action buttons and stuff.
Mm.
They just randomly throw shit in there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that venue. I was hoping you guys would get an auto qualifier again this year. Last year it didn't work out. I think when you guys did the second one or the year after I came, because I wanted to take Dallas out there because I was like,
Right.
damn, like this venue is sick and like the scene is like pretty. I want to say like pretty adjacent to our like pretty like like
Yeah, we
people are
can
showing
hang,
up with
right?
coolers of beers and like fucking yeah, like
Same thing. We got
Ray
Tequila,
Ramos
Modelo,
is
and Tecate.
the most humble guy ever. Love Ray Ramos. So I was like, yeah, like I gotta get the boys out here, and plus like the cabs and everything were like top notch when we went out there. I know like a lot of them were like BMXer and Bling's like personal like setup, right? Like I know they had a couple verses
Correct.
there, but like I think they brought it in some of their own, and those were like some of the best cabs I've ever played on. Like yeah, one of the
Yep.
one of the best events I ever went to, and I think that's the only tournament I ever went to by myself. Like I've never traveled to like a Third Strike event by myself, so it was kind of weird. But it was you guys made it feel like home. I was like, oh, this is
Oh,
just
I'm
like
glad.
another Dallas event. So
I think if there's anything we excel at, it's definitely making people feel at home. I think
yeah.
we're friends with everyone, so I'm glad to hear it.
But yeah, good to see you guys are still playing and everything. So how did you get into this game? Like I know this is such like a weird game to like.
Oh, how did I get? So I got into this game. There's a barcade in central downtown Phoenix
Mhm.
called Cobra Arcade. I don't think it's there anymore, but they had an American cabinet there.
Okay.
So my first time playing Third Strike was on that shitty American cabinet. Um, Probably like I don't know. It was before COVID. It was probably like 2019-ish. So
Okay.
that's when I got introduced to the game. I had a friend show me how to do Ken's target combo, and I was like, "Whoa, this is the coolest shit." So I started playing it a little bit. At that point, I had already been playing Melee for about a year.
Oh, so you're a
Um,
melee player. Okay.
I was
Okay.
originally a Melee player, yeah. Arizona Melee still has a pretty big scene. Very competitive. I have not really played the game since the start of COVID in any real capacity. But one of the major TOs for the Arizona Melee scene, his name is Violence, Eric
Mhm.
Lee, who I think a lot of the FGC knows as well because he's from the Bay Area. He kind of got me into playing fighting games for real. Like he sat
Mhm.
me down and taught me like a lot of like basics about footsies and like hit confirming and everything. And so I kind of took that with me moving forward. And I think whenever COVID started, whenever Fight K2 first came out, that's when I really started playing.
What is with the melee to Third Strike pipeline? I feel like this is a pretty. Every single podcast we have ends up going back to melee at this point. So.
I don't know, dog. It's just I think a lot of it's just the scenes are pretty like I don't know what you want to call it. Like the ethos is a
Mhm.
little adjacent, right? Like everyone's attitude is kind of the same. Like people, everyone's a degenerate, first of all, right? Like everyone's either a drunk or they smoke pot or whatever. But it's also like you just got to get better, right? Like
Mhm.
they're hard games, so you have to get good at taking losses. So, I think that's a lot of it, right? It's kind of the same shit.
Yeah, I have like. I don't like melee as a game. I will say that. I yell at this.
I don't either, dude. I don't play it anymore.
But I do have respect for like we're gonna drag our big ass CRTs around and like we're gonna play the game from 20
Exactly.
something years ago. Like this is it. This is what I want to play. I don't want to play the new one, which I do respect. But they also mod their game to make it the way they want and change the rules. So
Yeah,
there's that whole other
they get
thing.
weird with it.
So
They get
I
kind of freaky with it.
I give them a little bit of respect, but then immediately it just goes away. So did when you first started playing, did you go straight to Chun Li or did you play any other characters?
No, I actually played Hugo for like the first year or two when
Hugo.
I started playing. Yeah, because so before I got into Third Strike, really, I tried playing quite a bit of Street Fighter Five.
Mhm.
Um, and I was playing a lot of Birdie and a lot of Zangief in Five.
Mhm.
So I kind of like as I was playing more and more fighting games and trying them, like I always gravitated towards the grapplers. So
Mhm.
like when I started really getting into Third Strike more, I picked up Hugo because he's got the full circle inputs, right?
Mhm.
Um, so I played Hugo for a while, and then there is an Elena player from SoCal, if I'm not mistaken, named Epix the Red. I don't know if anyone knows.
Familiar? Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I was talking with him one time, probably like, yeah, about 2 years into me playing, and he goes, "You should try Chun-Li sometime. The way you play, I think you'd be good at Chun-Li," which might have been backhanded. I don't know, maybe like, but I did pick up Chun-Li, and I was like, wait a second, this shit's easy. Hit confirming so easy. I just kind of like it kind of clicked. I think a lot of people don't really understand like what it is to like look at the screen and respond,
Mhm.
right? So like it doesn't really click, but like I just I picked her and I started winning and I got addicted to winning. So Chun-Li.
I feel like Lance's story is pretty similar, other than the getting down hit confirms. He's still working on
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah. Who did you play in Melee?
I played Sheik in Melee.
Oh, oh dear. Okay. That's fine.
Lance, a melee expert.
Yeah, I know a lot about the game.
Oh, you know, that doesn't matter what game it is. Everyone always says the same things. So
Yeah.
What's wrong with Sheik, Lance? I don't know shit about melee, to be honest with you. I mean,
yeah, let's
the
hear it.
melee,
Let's actually hear it.
the melee I know is from middle school. You know, like we're all playing the best on your block. There's no wave dashes, no spacies, whatever the hell they make up or whatever. That's the version of melee I know. But what's wrong with Sheik, Lance? Explain Sheik to me.
So I also play that version of the game. It's called the real game. The game before everyone invented all this wave dashing nonsense, etc. So it. I played the honorable characters. Marth, Dr. Mario, of course, and my friend David played Peach and Sheik, which are just cringe. I mean, Sheik does that jump, that jump A or whatever it's called. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Does the chain like going off the side of the stage. That was annoying. And then Peach with the down smash. I mean, that's just absurd. So yeah, no, that's it. That's the reason.
All right, you
My
got some
friend
personal
played
trauma.
Could you lose to David, basically? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Checks out. Checks
Reasonable.
out.
You know,
I think it's a very different game with a lot. We played the real game. It's a very different game than what it turned into. So you guys gotta try that sometime. Play the 1999 version of the game.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Peach is broken.
Items on
Sheik is
Poke
too.
Floats, you know.
Poke Float's absolutely allowed. Yeah, for sure.
She knows all about the F-Zero stage where you get hit by the car. That shit was
Yeah.
badass, man.
like God intended, right?
Yep.
That's indeed.
But okay. So like playing Chun-Li. So like, where were you actually playing at? You said you didn't even really start like trying to get until like Fightcade 2 came out. Or were you entering
Yeah.
tournaments around this time, or was there even tournaments to enter around then?
So I'm trying to think. The first thing I actually went to offline locally for Third Strike specifically. Well, let me back up actually. So, when I was still playing Melee at the gaming zone that we were talking about earlier, they actually were doing Melee weeklies there, right? So there were Melee locals happening. So there was a Third Strike cabinet there. So naturally, I was like, oh shit, I've played this game, so I started kind of playing it a little bit more there. That's when I really got more like actual like cab experience playing the game on there. But I didn't know that there was like an actual scene that people were like meeting up to play. So I probably went like a good year or two on just playing on Fightcade before I actually went to anything in person. I think the first in-person local thing I went to, Dan Bling, the Necro player, hosted at his place over the summer, probably like 2022 or 2023. And had just a bunch of the scene come. So that's where I actually first met everyone. Like that's where I realized like, oh shit, Rennick is here in Phoenix, the guy who makes the YouTube videos. Like, so it's kind of trippy. Like Saber showed up. So I met a bunch of those people there. And that's kind of how I started getting into it. I think, if I recall right, I think it was actually BMXer who I played on Fightcade one day, and naturally we had like 10 ping. So he's like, "Where are you at? Who are you? Come to blah 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 blah." So, yeah, no, I was playing on Fightcade for a year or two before I finally got introduced to the scene, and then I think that's when Jazzy had started up again, right? Because there was the year where
The world
COVID
ended.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, right? So I think after that, we had our Jazzy circuit going, and I have just been hooked into it ever since. I have not stopped playing.
Oh, sorry, I had to crack another beer. My apologies.
Do what you got to. It's important.
So who do you watch for inspiration when it comes to Chun-Li? Like, what are your favorite players to watch? Lance claims he taught you everything that you know. You're one of his students, by the way.
I have no shame saying I'm one of Lance's students. Lance did teach me a lot. Lance,
Podcast is over.
First
no,
person to actually be honest about that. Jesus.
no, for real, no. Like, there's a lot of people who are good at this game and are kind of in their bubble about it, right? But this guy shows up, and part of it is that I know you love that everyone's reading what you're typing out on your little computer, right?
I do like that.
Yeah, exactly. So I know that, but that's the kind of thing when you're learning this stuff. Like, everyone's going to give advice, and it's kind of your job to pick out what are the good and bad parts, right? What can you take with you? What can you disregard? What should you disregard? So sometimes I still refer back to the tomes, right? The Lance tomes, um, of just different things. I will say, I think one of the first players to actually like really good players to like talk to me one on one and give me some good advice was Steelhammer.
Mhm.
I had played in an online Frosty Faustings. I don't know which year that was, but I had to play Justin in tournament, and I think I got in touch with Dan sometime afterwards, and he kind of gave me like a breakdown of like these are the things you should be working on. Look for these things. Watch these sets. So like that was like my first roadmap for like okay, this is what I have to do to learn how to play this game, and kind of took it from there. Uh, but from that, no, like that was the first time if I'm talking about players that I really like watching. Shiro Kuro was one of the first like high level chuns I got exposed to. He has a first to 10 against Taihei, the Urian player, that I think is a 10-0, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
awesome. It's a clinic, but that was like one of the first high level first to 10s where I watched it and I kind of really zoned in and actually paid attention to what was going on and kind of was picking things up from. So I always watch Shiro Kuro because I feel like he's a good chun to learn from just because I think a lot of the way he plays is like the right way to play, you know,
Mhm.
compared to like some of like Ghidorah where all those guys are just so fucking good that you can't, it's kind of hard to pick out what they're doing.
Yep.
Like, you know, I feel this way also like about Amir, for example. Like Amir is so good, but when I watch him play, I have a hard time understanding how he has the success that he does, and it's just because he's that kind of player, right? Like he just has that he picks things out of people really easily, and I don't think he's as like methodical about things, right? Which is really good, and that's a hard player to play against in tournament, especially on Chun-Li, right? Um, but those are also really good players to still learn from and watch. I feel like Nuki is kind of that way too. I watch Nuki play, and I'm like, why? I go back and watch the Nuki and Deshiken first to 10, a couple times a year, probably, right? And I'm like, how does this guy get away with it, right? Like when I do that shit, I die. So, um, but that's like every time I go back, it's just like different things to pick out from it, and I'm a little bit better every time I go back and watch, so I have a little bit more knowledge, so I can pick out where the gap is at, and I can really see just how wide the gulf is and like what you have to do to kind of close it.
Yeah, I think that matches kind of how I felt over the years about watching. I think Nuki. Well, Nuki's the obvious one, right? Where it's like he's so talented at fighting games that it's like you watch him. I mean, even when like we were maybe a couple months ago, we were looking through all those boss surveys, you know, that everyone had answered.
Right.
And some of the other players talked about Nuki in that way. Like, yeah, he's just so talented. He doesn't practice, and he's just the best. And like he wins because he's Nuki, and he the way he plays, he just bullies you. Yeah, I've had the same feeling of like if I want to, like it's really cool, and you can aspire to be that kind of player. But for those of us who are less talented,
Right.
yeah, Shirokuro, Michael, I would say Mochi. These are all players to me where you can like, okay, I understand what they're doing, and I can replicate that. Yeah, but it's, Ricky Maru's insanely athletic. Nuki's just really, really good at fighting games. Yeah, it's really hard to emulate that. I agree.
Yeah, I know and you still have to watch them, right? You still have to learn, you still have to pick out what you can, but but I also think those are kind of the best people to watch for trying to learn because you really, really have to like unravel it, right? Like why do these things work the way that they do? And I think that's where it's pretty easy to emulate someone and copy someone, but it's really hard to like understand why someone is doing the things that they're doing, especially in a game where like so many things are kind of invisible as a spectator, right? Like unless you're looking at someone's inputs, you know?
Yep.
Um, it's so easy to hide things and like layer things. So you never really know why things work the way they do sometimes until you really start trying to like you got to pull it apart and break it down. So I think those are really good players to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, the same with Amir, right? You brought up Amir as well. It's like Amir is just obviously insanely talented as a fighting game player, and his
Yeah.
adaptation skills are, we were watching Yi versus Amir at the auto call, a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago, and you could just watch in grand finals each game as it went on. You're like, damn, like Amir's just like adjusting to everything, and you can just tell like that's like raw talent. No, I agree with you. I think those are all good examples. And it's I think if you're not innately talented like that, such as myself, then you kind of just have to build it up from a foundation. You
I
build a foundation. You just say, okay, this is the reason I'm going to do everything, right? Like there has to be
yeah,
a reason for everything because I'm not talented.
I'm right there with you. That's exactly how I feel. You gotta put in the work, even if it's Chun-Li. You gotta put in the work.
Yeah, when I was over there in Japan, I was talking to Genki about like Nuki, and like he was saying like before the last co-op, they're like, "Oh, Nuki, are you gonna practice? Are you gonna practice? Like we're practicing," and he's like, I'll play a couple of games before the tournament. We'll be fine. Like let me just play a couple before the tournament. We'll be okay." So he's like, "Yeah, he didn't even play before like co-op. Just like showed up pretty much, hit a couple of buttons beforehand, and was like, all right, I'm ready to go." So.
Dude, that's like I imagine Amir's gonna be playing Diablo 4 up until Jazzy, and he's just gonna doesn't matter. He's just gonna get in there and do what he does.
I mean, even before the last auto qualifier, I think like I don't think he played like at all before then. Like, yeah, because I mean, you're in one of the discords I'm in where we practice or whatever, and I haven't seen Amir in there in a long time. And I see him on
He's playing
Twitter.
Diablo, dude.
Yeah,
He's
I see.
posting his Diablo videos. Here's how to make money. Here's how you. I don't play the game. I don't know what it's like, but I'm like, damn, he's just that guy, huh?
Yeah, on Twitter I see him all the time. Like, yeah, here's my latest Diablo video. I'm like, oh, Amir, you gonna play Third Strike anytime soon? We miss you, buddy. So.
Maybe it's a blessing. He'll get too good, right?
Um,
He'll get way too good.
so do you enjoy Chun Li as a character, or is it just like winning? As like what you think like?
Oh no, I think I absolutely enjoy her as a character, right? She can do more than anything else
Um,
than any other character in the game, right? Like she's got everything. So um I think there's the perception, right, that she's boring and dry and that you only do three things and you win. And I guess that's true up to a point, right? But as soon as you hit that wall, like no, you have to be she has so many options that sometimes I think it's overwhelming, but I think you can also be really, really creative and expressive with her too, right? With how you problem solve, how you approach situations, like all that kind of stuff. So I think she's just there's a lot of depth and it's hard to see because so much of it is very like nuanced and it's like in the fine details, right? It's all in the fine print, which is hard to see from the outside sometimes, right? Like you have no idea why those things are working the way that they are. But no, obviously I love winning. Who doesn't love winning, right?
Yep.
Winning's the best. We play the game. The point of the game is to win, right?
Yep.
Like that's how you win the game is you win. But no, I genuinely enjoy the character. I enjoy the game. I think she's kind of like, again, like she doesn't play the game in her own way, but she also plays every part of the game too, right? She's like everything about Third Strike, which is really cool. I also think she's got one of the coolest special moves in the game, and I'm obsessed with trying to learn how to do lightning legs and
Yep.
whatever spots and situations that I can. I feel very cool pulling that move out as much as I do, but no, I love playing that character.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I think you might be the leading expert on lightning legs, like on the planet. I feel like you've done more lab work than anyone else.
I won't give myself credit on a lot, but that I will. I think I've sat there for a while trying to figure out how to fucking do that goddamn move.
You have Jamie has a chart, of basically this is the characters you can do. You can go both sides of legs on, and there's this whole thing. And I looked at the chart and I thought I should really learn that someday, which I haven't, but I think it would be useful. There's several characters where I thought you cannot go under, which you have already shown you can. I think it's
That's
really cool.
specific, yeah. No, well, dude, and it's like anytime I see a mirror like hit legs in a match, I'm like, I taught him that one.
Yeah.
I think it's important to highlight too. Like a lot of people think like, yeah, you just pick Chun Li and you just hit a couple buttons and you win. Like I, as a young player who like picked up Chun Li for like 6 months, there was like I was losing so much to Chun Li. I like took 6 months to seriously like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and focus on this character and figure out what the hell she can do, what she's bad at. Like she is kind of weak in like some areas. I will say that. Like some people think you can just get on a character, hit low forward, fire fierce, and you're gonna start winning. Like no, if you don't have good defense, like she can just get rushed down and jumped in on. Like the way she anti-airs is like very awkward too, because like a lot of times like the best anti-air is to non-anti-air. It's to jump away or dash under or something like that. And I feel like that's something you don't really understand unless you start trying to play Chun-Li like seriously against like good players. And I'm talking like playing her against like good players, right? Like play a Frankie, play like a Sunny where they just fucking gen right every single whip button that you do, and it's like, oh, I can't even use my toolkit. Like, I'm not allowed to press far fierce or low forward. Like, so like I think people just have like a bad understanding of like, yeah, just get on there, just mash a cotton buttons, hit a low forward, you're gonna win the match. It's like, no, like try that against like good players or good twin players too. Like they'll just dive kick the shit out of you if you don't have good defense. Like if you can't stop dive kicks, like I always tell people, like I'm more scared of like a mediocre Dudley than I am like a mediocre like Chun-Li, because like if she doesn't have like good defense, like I'm just gonna run her over. Like I'm not scared of what she's gonna do. She has no real reversal. Like yeah, like I don't know. I think people just let it see like Chun-Li, easy wins, free wins, but like it takes a lot of skill to actually be like good with her and like good defensively with her.
There's rules, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
rules, and you have to learn the rules. You have to know why the rules are there, and you gotta play by the rules until you can play outside of them, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
takes time. I mean, it's just the game, you know.
Um,
That's the game as a whole.
sorry, I'm reading chat here. Sorry. Dudley's
Do
hit
you feel
buttons
like
when.
I think one thing that if we're since this was we're on the topic of Chun-Li coping,
Um,
which I'm always in favor of.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So obviously in round one, Chun-Li has no super, and that is the toughest round for her to play versus, certainly versus like, off the top of my head Ken, right? Like Chun Ken first round, you're playing a matchup where obviously you have a lot of really cheap buttons, but every interaction feels like it's not in your favor, right? Because every time he parries you, it's like low forward shoryu, and it's like, oh my god, where did my life go? Um, do you have any thoughts on like round one is Chun Li? Like obviously once you have super, life is great, but what about before then?
Before then, I think that way too many Ken players think they are like God's gift to the game because they're not playing Chun or Yun, right?
mm,
So,
Okay, sure.
like they really, really are like they doom about stuff way too quick, even though like round one, Ken has a pretty Ken can do a lot of shit,
mm,
right? Like when super is not on the table, Ken like can with like a W Shoryu like just take like a third of your health, if not more, off like you okay, you fucked up the jump in anti-air, like great, you're knocked down, you lost a bunch of your health. He's got Genrai stocked, so I think it can be really tough, right?
mm,
And when you're playing at that high level, right? Everyone has played. Chun's one of the most common characters in the game, right? So like every Ken has played so many Chuns, and if you're not experienced in the Chun matchup, that's like your own personal failing, you know. But um, it's yeah. I mean the way I try to approach it, right? Like you can't. It's such a delicate balance between wanting to not overextend, but also if you go second way too much, you're going to end up in the corner and you're going to be in disadvantage for way too long before it's your turn. So it's it's tough. I mean, I also think it's probably one of the most like fun things to like navigate in the game, right? Like that it's almost like a rat race, like who's going to get bar first, who has advantage, like how do I get the corner? I think something I have really, really, really been working on and focusing on is like I'm tired of people telling me that I need to throw more. So I've been spamming the shit out of Kara throw, right? And something like that round one, if you can establish that you are just gonna throw someone over and over and over, makes it so much easier for the rest of the set, right? And especially against Ken, where if you can like play right outside that range, like right where they're going to be looking for like the counter hits for crouch medium punch, where they're going to be looking for jump ins, right? You can really establish that. But I think it's tough. I don't know. I think it's really tough. I don't have the answers. I'm terrible at the matchup. I lose to Ken's all the time. I lose to Sunny all the time. Like I doom about that matchup pretty hard. I think it's tough, but it's I just got to put in the work for it, you know?
yeah, I'm on record saying Dashi Ken has ruined an entire generation of Ken players. Like, just people watch Dashi Ken and think like that's the way you can play the character, and like he can play the character that way. That's fine. Like you can't, buddy. Like I don't want to
Right.
see your short jab short dash back dash forward dash back dash forward. Like get the fuck away from me with that on Fightcade. Like You guys know who you are on Fightcade too. Like, fucking dash at me like that. Don't jump at me in the corner. Like, yeah, but I am a Ken hater as well, especially on Fightcade. So
Yeah, dude, it's brutal. That like just in general, like aggressive play styles are so more rewarded online than they are offline, right? Because it's always reactive gameplay. Like you lose so much of the nuance online. Like I don't care, like even like a few frames of rollback, like you have two or three frames, right? Like you're losing so much information on everything. So it's yeah, that's my cope.
I like it. Yeah, why not? What do you? Okay, so everyone's got an opinion about online who's buffed and who's nerfed online. Many
Yeah,
Chun-Li players will firmly insist that Chun-Li is vastly nerfed online. How do you feel about this?
I agree.
Okay,
It's tough.
yeah, it's tough out for us honest players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no gimmicks. I got no bullshit. I just I gotta look at the screen, and sometimes the screen's wrong when I'm playing online. What can I say? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Okay, so that brings up an interesting because I think as you and I are probably two of the Chun-Lis who have played online the most. Probably in the last however many years. It's certainly a struggle for me over the years was playing on pretty much almost exclusively on Fightcade. I had a friend I played with in Alaska, but other than that, 99% of my games were on Fightcade, and you can't trust the hit confirms. And I'm pretty confident that damaged my brain over the years to the point where I would hit it online or hit it on a big tournament match offline. It would hit, and I would be like, no, it's gonna roll back, right? Even an arcade cabinet, I
You
don't
get that
confirm.
phantom rollback, right? The
Yeah,
PTSD.
so
Yeah.
how do you work around that? Do you life bar confirm? Do you just kind of say, oh well, I screwed up with a rollback, I don't care? Do you feel like it impacts your muscle memory?
I don't know. It's just like when that shit happens, you have to just take it as it is and be like, damn, that sucks. And then you can't dwell on it, right? You just have to just eat it, tank it, and move on.
Hmm.
Um, I don't life bar confirm
Okay.
almost at all. There's like a few very specific things where I do look at the life bar, but otherwise, like especially offline, dude, on cabinet, I'm not. There's so much more screen, dog. Like I can't. Like I'm not looking up there and looking at the ground, looking up. It's way too much. So, I definitely unless it's like a very specific things where I know I only need to look at that part of the screen. I don't life bar confirm or score or anything. Maybe I should. Maybe that's something I should try and practice with more, but currently I don't other than for a very specific confirms. Um I don't think I have too much trouble adjusting between offline and online. And maybe that's because I was lucky enough to have a lot of offline experience pretty early on while I was playing. But it does like anytime I show up and like it's tournament, I need to make sure that I get reacclimated. Like I have to play for a while, then like you gotta I don't know, dude. It's ones and zeros, right? Like it's ones and zeros. So sometimes they're different on the computer, and those ones and zeros are different on the cabinet. So you kind of just got to get a feel for it. It's like I don't know, dude. I don't want to get into like astrology about it, but it's a little astrological, I guess. I don't know. Um, but it's a thing that's real. I struggle. I think that you have to always take into account that when you're playing online that there's some degree of information that's lost. And it could be tough when you condition your brain to play around that. And then you put yourself in a setting where that's no longer a consideration. And you just gotta readjust, and it's just kind of how it is. I don't think there's a good method or answer, and you just got to get good at it, I guess. I don't know. I try not to like make too many excuses for myself, so um, I just got to do it.
Lance, do you life bar or score confirm or no?
It's something I started doing more recently. The older I get, the slower my reactions get, so I need it. Also, I feel, and maybe I think this goes back to OE because I feel like OE confirms specifically were like a weird amalgamation of like there was sometimes sound confirms or sound
Mm.
rollbacks, and there was sometimes visual rollbacks, and you would sometimes just see things on your screen that did not match the audio that was playing. And again, I think this warped my brain to the. So what I think what's been successful for me on Fightcade recently is like I'm gonna life bar confirm whenever I can, and life bar confirm is a simple yes no, right? You're not looking at the
Hmm.
character sprite at all. So if I confirm and I see the life bar go down and I go super and then it rolls back and okay, actually it didn't hit, I'm fine with it because I know that the life bar went down. So I don't think it's damaging my brain any further than it already is. So that's been
Yeah. What if you're playing against a character if you're playing against a Buki that flips out?
yeah, no, that is
What
a
do you
problem.
do?
Yeah, Urian
Urian,
too. Yeah.
Urian
Yeah.
Ibuki, sometimes Dudley when he jumps in a certain. Yeah, no, it's a real
Mm-hmm.
problem. My solution is to just embrace it and just say this game is bad, but there's probably
Hell
better
yeah.
ways. Yeah.
I agree.
Kid, I cannot. Thank God I play Yun because like I could never light bar. The screen's too fucking big. I don't understand how you guys do that. Like, you have to like. I mean, if I'm playing on Fightcade and I'm looking at a monitor, it may be possible. But like, when I'm playing on Cab, like I feel like I can barely even see my light bar. The way like how close I'm sitting. I don't know if it's because I'm short or what, but like,
I
yeah,
feel
I'm
it.
like, and then I wear a hat too, so like looking up is like, yeah, no, impossible for me. So I don't understand how people say they can do that. Like, screen's too fucking big on Cab.
Yeah, it's a physical movement, right? You gotta like adjust
Yeah.
Yeah,
your
but if I'm
entire
like
setup.
doing like low forward, I can't like okay hit low forward. Okay, like did I confirm that? Oh nope, doesn't look like it. Back into the match. Like I don't understand that. So maybe
I
I just
think
need
like
to
the two
like sit real far back like this. I guess and try to play like a mummy.
the two things I look at the life bar for are if I'm confirming with overhead UOH, like off of a super
Okay.
reset, right?
Yeah.
Or if I'm like really like fishing for stand strong,
Mm.
I'll do that for a life bar confirm because my reactions are bad. Like I have pretty bad reactions, so like trying to look for hit spark is pretty tough. So any extra time helps, but otherwise like and those are just two situations where I don't need to look at anything else, right? Like I can just know that if it's gonna work, it's gonna work. So I don't gotta look where I'm at, right? But I don't know, dude. Screen's too big. I agree.
Yeah, I think also, and this is gonna sound bad, but alas, it is true. There are many times I've felt like this since I started incorporated life bar confirms more. I feel like there's many times where I just don't need to see what the other character's doing. Right? Like, like if I have them in the corner, I don't give a shit. Either my move's gonna hit and confirm, but I don't. If it doesn't, I don't care. Like, what are they gonna do? I mean, Chun-Li's a
True.
great character. So yeah, there's
Great chart.
many
Great chart.
times where I feel totally confident looking at the life bar because I'm like, it doesn't matter what that sprite is doing. Yeah,
It's real. It's very real.
Chun-Li's very good.
She's not bad. She's pretty
Not
good.
bad. Yeah. On the topic of all this, I feel like so very early in your Third Strike career, you took on a role as a community leader, right? You and the letter H kind of combined to make the Chun-Li server, and then you've been shepherding that for like 6, 7 years at this point. So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh man. I mean, shout out to Letter H. That dude's awesome. I don't know if he's still playing anymore.
Mhm.
Um, that was a guy I played a lot when I was around that time that I felt like I had a little bit of a rivalry with. He probably didn't feel it, but I wanted to beat that guy really bad. Um, but no, it's funny that the Chun-Li Discord right now was started by an Urian player. Um, there has always been a strong alliance between the Urian players and the Chuns,
Yeah,
in my personal opinion. Um, but I probably do a really bad job about shepherding that. I see some other character discords and they're very active and people are posting all the time. And I think there was a while where we were pretty good about it in there. But it's kind of I don't know, it's a lot of effort to try to like foster that and make sure that people are um, engaged and trying to play and learning and asking good questions and pointing people in the right direction. I really enjoy um, like teaching and mentoring, like in a lot of different aspects, right? Like once upon a time, I went to music school, right, and I taught music lessons for quite a long time. So teaching people fighting games feels very similar to that. It's a lot of like you got to learn your scales, right? This is the theory. This is how you apply it. This is how you look at something else and pull the theory out of it. Um, so it's kind of a thing, and I could do a way better job about it, right? Especially right now, I think the Chun-Li girl boss group chat has been pretty dead. But on top of that, I think I am also a moderator in the big Third Strike Discord, and I don't do shit as far as that goes. Like I don't like I ban people if they're like a bot, and that's it, right?
Mm.
And I spread propaganda, but Um, no, I don't know. I think as far as that goes, I think my biggest contribution is that I did write a pretty like Chun-Li, not even 101, it's like a Chun-Li 99. I called it the remedial course, a beginner's guide for learning Chun-Li. And it's like a couple page Google Doc with like pictures and graphics, and I highlighted the important parts. So if you don't have the attention span to read, you can just look at the highlights, right? Um, but I don't know. The whole point is that I think kind of what Ray was talking about earlier is that you try and pick up Chun-Li and you start realizing there's a lot of things that are kind of awkward or weird, or people are just kicking your ass and you don't really know why. And um, it's to counter that perception that there's no effort that has to go in with playing the character, which can be, it's like super disenfranchising if you're like not only new to Third Strike, but maybe you're new to fighting games as well, right? And everyone's like, oh, you're just playing Chun-Li, just win, right?
Mhm.
And if you don't have that kind of foundation of like, these are the things that you need to be doing, it can be pretty frustrating and you can feel pretty bad about it and you're not going to want to play the game. So I think trying to develop like a good, not just like a game plan to fall back to, but also like good mental about it. You have to have good mental with this game, no matter what. No matter what character you play, some characters have to have better mental than others. That's for sure, in different ways. But um, I don't know. It's just it's okay to want to learn and it's okay to ask questions. No matter what character you play, like you should just always try to like learn and improve and want to be better.
You said so it's interesting you brought up music. So that's been on my mind lately because I've recently learned that several players in our community we have a musical background. You know, Poe, Cartola. So first question, what instrument did you play?
I was a guitar player. I
Okay,
was a jazz guitar player for quite a while.
awesome. Yeah, so Cartola was telling me. So he sends me this blog of Yuri and stuff I will never read.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
Yeah.
This is why he's much better than me at the game. That's fine.
Hmm.
But he was describing to me, he's like, oh, I learned this combo by setting a metronome. You know, exactly like you would learn a passage in classical music. You set it at half speed and you bump the metronome up 1 beat per minute. Each time, and eventually, 2, 3 weeks later, you are performing this combo 100% accurately. Um, and I thought, yeah, it made me. We talk a lot about the Melee to Third Strike pipeline, but I think probably a less discussed one, but probably real, is like the musician to Third Strike background. Because when Cartola was describing this to me, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like that's exactly what I did, 20 years ago in college. Of, set the metronome to half speed and so on. Uh, I guess my question here is, are there ways that you can relate Third Strike to your musical background that you find that they overlap?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, just um how do I explain this, right? I feel like you hear a lot of people, I'll make an analogy, right? I feel like you hear a lot of musicians talk about and they take a lot of pride in how they are self-taught. They don't know music theory, right? They just play by ear. They know it sounds good, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you hear a lot of that in fighting games of people who are like, "Oh, I don't know frame data," right? Like, I just, right, yeah, well, whatever things that people say, and one, like, I think both of those things are not true. When you know how to play by ear, you are still like theory is involved, and the things that sound good to your ear are backed by theory. And likewise, if you're someone who like doesn't know frame data, you still do know frame data. It's just very internalized, right? Like X punishes Y, that kind of stuff. So even if you don't know the specific numbers, like you still know like the whole like framework for how that kind of stuff is supposed to work. Um, so I think having that kind of musical background, a lot of that does translate. Um, I think more than anything about that kind of thing, I think because I was a performance major when I was in music school, I love competing because it feels like doing performance, right? Like that's my like I've been practicing, that's my time to shine, right? Like I gotta fucking play my thing that I've been working on. I love tournament for that reason. It feels so similar to doing your recital or whatever it is. That's it's your chance to show that like this is what you've been working on, this is what you got, like this is what you have to show. So That translates for me in a really, really big way. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Just like having like it's the mechanical parts, right? You have to have the mindset to be able to sit your ass down and practice things, whether it's the Cartola method, where he's putting stuff to a metronome, which is I do not have the patience for that. Um, so that's incredible that he does, and that's why he's where he's at, you know. Um, but it's real. There's a lot of things that I think can translate pretty like one to one, and how you it's same with playing a sport too. Like I have never been a very athletic person, but I've heard the same people who same thing from a lot of people who have played sports throughout their life, and I think that kind of application of improving, like you can put it towards anything. I think it's pretty one for one.
Yeah, how do I? I think it's interesting the connection you made there, and I think it does resonate with me. Just going back in my own life, I've told the story a million times, so everyone's heard me repeat myself. But I started in 2011, and I blah blah blah. Anyway, the point is, there's a 1 year gap between when I dropped out of school for music, and I was just like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, and then picking up Third Strike, and I think there is a connection there, both in the way that I learned to practice music is the same approach I took to Third Strike instinctively, and what you outlined about like the way that you feel before a tournament is the way that you feel before a recital. Yeah, no, that's exactly the same. And if you're not fully prepared, the nerves that you feel, or kind of observing that the shortcomings that you have are like let's say that you know something's going to be difficult, you feel like you didn't practice it enough, so I'm going to go do this recital, but I kind of know I might fuck this part up, and then you do right, and then same thing on Third Strike. You're like, okay, I missed a couple hit confirms, and my practice did not support the performance I wanted to have. I don't
Right.
know. I kind of see no, that's very interesting. I think there's something there for sure, because those all are connected to my brain. It feels they're both they both feel connected, and it feels like a reflection in some way. Like the same shortcomings I had as a clarinetist 20 years ago are the same shortcomings I have as a third strike player now.
Yeah, dude, it's deep seated, it's fundamental, right? That's just that's in who you are, and you got to deal with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you mentioned
Oh, go ahead.
or you mentioned you like playing in tournaments. Like, what is your preparation for those? Because I'm someone who like I love the experience of a tournament, but I actually fucking hate playing in tournaments so much. Like,
Why do you hate playing in tournament?
it's just so I don't know. It's like okay, everything I've been practicing for and like training for comes down to like a minute and a half. You know what I mean? Like you could like be playing so sick and casual as you're doing whatever, and then you get on stage and you just choke, and then now jerk offs on the internet are saying you're bad at a 25-year-old video game. And it's just like, oh, man. So it's like, yeah, just the like I love the tournament atmosphere. It's great. I love watching it like more than anything, but playing in it I just like absolutely dread. I just like do not enjoy playing in tournaments whatsoever. So like what it's kind of like your mindset going into that like how do you prepare, train? How do you kind of shut that down? Like what does your preparation look like?
Dude, I don't know. I think I'm a little bit of a show off
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. So like, I don't know. Do you ever like when you're playing, like it doesn't matter if it's tournament or whatever, you do something like cool as hell or tough or hard, and you look around and you're like, did anyone see that? Right? Like,
Ma'am, have you seen my yun? It's very basic and for very
mm,
2004.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
no, I'm not one
You
of
don't
those
look around?
guys. No,
I
no,
definitely am.
yeah.
I've had Joe tell me a couple times, stop looking around, no one cares.
From the other side of
Dude,
the cab, like
how
he
I feel.
he
Right.
can just
Like
feel you looking around. Yeah.
I hit the round star lightning legs, and I'm like, anyone see that? No, no one gives a shit. All right, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Right? Like, no, but like that's I just it's my turn, right? It's
Mm.
my turn to show up and be like, nah, I play this game. I've been working on it. I know my shit. Hopefully the things that I don't know aren't gonna shine through, right? But the shit that I do know will shine through. Um, sometimes like I don't really have like a tournament like preparation or anything, right? Like there's days where like I will like it's tournament day, I don't feel good at all. Like I feel terrible, and you kind of just have to know how to roll with that, right? Like you have to know where your baseline's at and kind of adjust, right? You're never going to be playing your best. Like that's sometimes you are and sometimes you're playing your absolute worst, and you just can't let that matter. Like you have to know, like you have to establish that baseline with yourself. So sometimes I show up and I'm really serious, and I'm super laser focused. I'm watching everyone play. I'm paying attention to who I'm gonna have to play next. Other times I am like 4 Modelo deep, playing my like round 2, and like I gotta lock in and play, and I do good. And then like sometimes it's those times when I prepare less when I do better, and sometimes the times where I prepare more I do worse. And you kind of just have to, that's just how it is, and you have to keep working on like ironing out that baseline for what you can expect for yourself. So I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but I do have expectations for myself for what I should be able to do, and where I should get. So you have to set some kind of realistic goal, right? You can't just leave it up to fate or chance or anything. So setting a goal that I think makes sense, that you're not going to crumble if you don't hit it, is good. But you also got to push yourself too. So it's a fine line, but I don't know, dude. It's performing, so it's fun. I enjoy it. I like getting to show what I can do.
Like it.
I feel
Is
like
it all right if we take a quick little break so I can
Yeah.
hit the restroom?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
go
grab
for
a beer. So,
Okay.
all right, Lance, entertain the people. I'm gonna turn off my
I
camera
would love
stuff.
to.
Uh,
Absolutely.
all right, be right back.
Okay, great. Welcome to the Lance Show. Now that Ray is gone, I'm taking over. How's everyone in the chat doing? That's what people usually do when they have nothing to say, right? Oh, if you guys have any questions for Jamie, we will go over them over the end. So just throw them in the chat. If they're funny, even better. We need more funny questions. I was listening to the Dr. Sub-Zero podcast recently, and I thought, wow, these questions are almost certainly fake and all written by Gutex, but they do a lot. So please write any questions you have, especially if they're funny. Okay. W's in the chat. W like remember what was it? The old days. Nico video, and you could like the chat would like scroll across the screen, so you'd be watching like East versus West, and then like someone did something cool, and then like everyone would be like www, like exactly like that. Yeah, like they would just be scrolling across the screen. Yeah, that's cool. We should bring that. I wonder if we could do that for 3SO. Just have the messages scrolling across, or maybe Americans or maybe English speakers can't be trusted with that much power. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Nico video. That was what we all used to watch Japanese footage on back in the day. You know, it's funny. There's like Unk status and there's like Super Unk status, and I'm like, so when I started, I felt like I was the new guy, and everyone else has been playing forever. Now I've been playing forever. I was not around for the days where like there wasn't any footage, right? But I was around for the days where to look at footage, you still had to go on like some Japanese website where you couldn't read 90% of it and try to figure it out. So, or you would just go on the SRK forums threads and like someone was posting it every week. Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Ray. I did my best.
You did your best to entertain the people. Did you do a song and dance or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
SRK forums were
That's
pretty cool. Bring back forums, dude.
I miss forums, man. I used to like not fighting game forums, but I played Armored Core. I would get on there and just talk massive shit, dude, on the Armored Core forums when I was like 15. These guys would beat my ass for sure in real life, but I was on like, just got out of class. You fucking suck. I will body you at the next tournament. So.
I like the anonymity of forums because you never know. Like like these days, you argue with someone on Facebook. You're like, I know that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him in his tournaments, or even on Fightcade, you kind of know. But back in the day, you could just be arguing with some guy called like Mom Slayer 69, and you don't have no idea. Like this guy could be the greatest player. You could just be arguing with some idiot. You have no idea. Those were the good old days. Anyway, welcome
Next
back.
time you argue with Mom Slayer 69, that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of the playing online or whatever. Do you have any alts, Fightcade alts? You don't have to.
Oh, hell yeah,
You don't have
dude.
to.
Hell
You don't.
yeah.
You don't have to out yourself. But
Hell yeah.
do you have Fightcade alts and do you play them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Alright,
will
just-
say that I use alts to learn other characters though, right?
Yes.
I think
yes.
it's good, and I only play ranked.
Mhm.
And so I can have some metric for tracking progress, right? So it's pretty, and also very fun to make a funny alt name, right? Like that's at least like 75% of the draw. Like I think of a funny username, I'm like, oh, that's a great Fightcade alt. I'm gonna put it on my notes. Like,
I got a couple myself. Not gonna lie. Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I play Fightcade during. I mean, I don't play Fightcade during work, but if I did,
You would never do that.
Mhm.
whatchamacallit,
Like
so
this.
sometimes I'm just like I just want to goof around, hit some buttons on a stupid character, and like if I gotta leave or whatever, like because if you're playing on your main, sometimes people take it like so seriously, like and then
Yeah.
like if I'll queue into rank sometimes, and I'll pick a different character, and it's like. Oh, is he disrespecting me because he's like not playing as main or whatever? It's like no, I just want to fucking play Alex and hit Jump Fierce a lot. Like, is that okay? No, which is
Yeah, dude.
my main character, by the way. So.
Even locals, I try to fucking play Urian, and they're like, "Oh, I'm not good enough for your Chun, huh?"
Mm.
I'm like, "No, I want to fucking hit tackle, headbutt. I want to hit tackle, light kick, nothing.
Yep.
Actually, you know."
Yeah, I'm kind of an altaholic. I will say that when it comes to I've never been like I love Yun and his fun character and stuff, but I cannot sit down and just play like a straight hour of like Yun. Like I just can't. Like I can't remember. I think the last session that I had, maybe last week, was the last time I just sat and just played Yun for like an hour straight. Like I'm very much like I played a couple. Like I'll just see how my Ken does or my Yang or whatever, but I just can't sit there. I don't know how you guys do that with Chun Li. If you guys can sit there and play 5 hours of Chun Li, but I can't do it with Yun. Like I'll play 30 minutes tops, and then I'm switching characters.
Ray, you want to know my favorite secondary you have?
What is that?
You're Alex.
Thank you.
I think you should switch to Alex. Every time I played your Alex, I am terrified. I'm so fucking scared.
It's my favorite character. I don't even like the character. I think the character is like I think he's an idiot. Like he just looks goofy, but the way he plays is just fun to me. But then you start losing a lot, and you're like, all right, I'm just
Yeah.
I'll play some dumbass Ken who just like EX Tatsus the whole time or something, and I'm just like, all right, I hate this game. I don't want to play Alex anymore. I'm just gonna pick Yun and win.
hmm
So where were we before we left off? Where did we leave off at? Metronomes or something?
Well, here, I want to pivot us a little bit. So I feel like over the last maybe, and you can let me know if you disagree. But I feel like in the last year, maybe year and a half, 2 years, recent, you kind of had like a coming out party as far as results go. So I don't remember what you placed at Evo, but I do recall that you played in it. And then you got top 16 at Jazzy, and then what was it? Top 16 at 3SO. That's what Caramelty says. So that's what. Yeah, I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah. So walk us through. I'd just like to walk us through those tournaments. Who did you play? What was your experience? Did you have any preparation? Just kind of walk us through those.
What was your Evo experience? Let's start there.
Yeah, let's start with Evo. I'm very interested.
Am I allowed to just like be blunt?
I mean, everyone on Twitter right
absolutely.
now is absolutely dunking on fucking Evo, so you may as well just pile
Yeah,
on
dude,
at this
Evo
point.
sucked.
Thank you.
Evo sucked so bad, and I get rage baited by people talking about wanting Third Strike at Evo as a main game, because having been there when it was the main game, that shit sucked so bad. Why would we do it again?
Yep.
Right? Like I understand it was really good. We had our moment. Like I'm sure it got more people playing Third Strike. Great. I was there waiting for top 6, not top 8, top 6. And they were like an hour and a half, 2 hours behind schedule because no one could fucking figure out how to get a feed out from the goddamn Evo Cube Super Guns to the stream. I tell you, if they had anyone in the Third Strike community there running it, they would have had it figured out in like 5 minutes. Like I guarantee. Evo was just weird, dude. Like it was a convention for sure. It was not a fighting game tournament. It was a convention. I think it's great that it brought out so many people as it did, but Evo doesn't have to be the vehicle to do that. Like the only reason that Evo can do that is because it's Evo, right? It has the name. So there's like prestige, and I think people are realizing that kind of it doesn't mean anything, especially now that they're doing their whole world tour. Everyone's got so Evo's kind of like whatever at this point. Um, it was way too expensive. Las Vegas sucks. I didn't even fly in. I drove, right? Like we drove. It's a 4 hour drive. It's not that bad. It was still way too expensive. I would like it was terrible. Um, I did not get any casuals. I think I probably played like maybe 2 hours of casuals the whole weekend. Which in my mind for a tournament for any kind of third strike event, that's like unthinkable,
Mm.
right?
Especially for the amount of
I
setups they had, right? Like that
yeah,
was the
they were
thing. Like
just
we can't play cab because like nobody will ever get to play it, and then we're playing on these fucking godforsaken cubes, and like they sucked. I didn't want to play on them to begin with, and then there wasn't even any catch. Like yeah, it was just
and they had some cabs in the free play area, but they were all busted. They all
yeah.
had buttons that didn't work or whatever. Like I remember sitting there and playing Hugo without a light kick, so I
Mm.
couldn't even throw. So I'm just doing like light SPD against a bunch of random people over and over until someone realizes I can't tech throws,
Yeah.
and then I get thrown to death, you know? Um, so yeah, it was just the whole thing. Personally, I don't think the cabs or the cubes were that bad. They're kind of a cute idea. Like I get it why they would do that. I will say that in bracket, several of them, no matter what stick you plugged into it, all the button mappings were wrong. So
Mm.
that tells me that whatever USB decoder they had were just like wired wrong,
Mm.
right? Little things like that. I don't know, dude. Just the whole experience. It's not about. It just wasn't Third Strike. It just wasn't about Third Strike. And they benefited way more from having Third Strike there than we benefited from having our game there. So, um, just go to 3SO instead. Do Jazzy, do Resurrection. Like, if you're gonna take the time to go to a tournament, like, stop asking for 3SO or stop asking for Third Strike at Evo. Go to any of the other tournaments that are happening, right? Like, it's just, um, anyway, I didn't mean to go on a rant. I did not like
No,
it. I had a bad time. I did not enjoy it.
anytime someone hates on Evo for Third Strike, like I'm all for it. I'll listen
I
to
I can just
three
I'll
or
go
4
on and
hours of
on.
this. Like I paid $25 for a Whopper combo, and I got to watch Frankie play MOV on a fucking 6-inch monitor off screen. Like I think that's what made me the most angry. Like because I remember there's a point in tournament when I was just like, "Fuck this place!" Like I hate this place so much. Like I think Frankie was playing. I think it was MOV, and they had him off stage. No one even knew what was going on. I'm like, do you not fucking understand like the gravity of like what's happening right now? Like,
Yep.
and no one cares. Like, it was just like an afterthought to them, and it was just like, fuck you guys. Like, why is no one paying? Like, why does no one care about this? It was just like, okay, player B, you're playing player C on station 5, and you'll get your Chipotle gift bag after it's done, and like, that's it. And I'm just like, I hate this so much. Like, that was my first Evo, and I'm never going back. Like. I
It
only
was also mine.
I
It was
only
my first
played Third
Evo.
Strike, and like the only thing that made it worthwhile was just the people, like hanging out with like my Third Strike friends, and then
Yep.
like I got to go to the what was it like Salty Sweet or whatever it was Saturday Sunday night I think or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even make it to that.
You should have. That was like if it wasn't for the finals being as good as it was, and even for the finals too, right? I'm like, why the fuck am I watching like Issei play like MOV on a 6-inch monitor on stage with a stick on a chair? Like it was just like, just wheel
Yeah.
two fucking cabs up there. Just wheel it. How sick would that moment be if there was just a Versus City up there, like watching them two go at
No,
it?
you gotta
Like,
play the cube, dude. And then all the sounds gotta be desynced, and you
um,
gotta like it was.
yeah, just brutal. So okay, all
I'll
right.
go on and on.
All right, I'll get off Evo for now. But after that though, Jazzy, you're running Jazzy. Let's talk about that and maybe the players you beat. Some very good players, very
Mm,
very
well,
very
I,
strong.
I'll say with Evo real quick.
Okay.
I do remember the two people I lost to at Evo.
Mm,
One FM Juan, who
mm,
has continually been a demon for me in bracket. I think that was the third time I'd lost to him in a bracket. To make a placing, which kind of was a bummer. One day I'll beat that old guy. Love him to death. I fucking hate losing to him so bad, man. I want to beat him so bad. So, And then after that, I got massacred by Neoban.
Okay.
I have not even watched back the set. In my memory, it was only like 10 seconds. Like the whole set was only like 10 seconds. I was up on the stage and then off the stage immediately.
Oh, it's on
Pretty
stage
bad.
too. Okay.
Yeah, it was not. It was really bad. I didn't do anything. I don't think I got to like press anything at all. Like I just died. Probably the most like brutal loss I've ever had my whole time playing this game. It was pretty bad. But Jazzy, went to the Jazzy last year for the finale. I did make it through into the finale through the auto qualifier. Pretty cool. Um, Goodness, my memory is so bad, and I drank so much that weekend, so I don't remember very much. Um, I had to beat one of the people that I am speaking with right now. Very tough, very tough, very strong. Um, Chun-Li is a good character for tournament. So, uh, I had to beat Poe, if I'm not mistaken, for the actual finale spot.
Yep. Correct. Yep.
You got it pulled up, right?
Not that I was there or anything. I don't know.
Oh,
Not that
you just
I-
got it memorized. I see.
Yeah.
I think I played Poe right after you, right, Ray?
Correct. Yeah.
And
you
then
did.
I think I had to play KD Alpha before you. Goodness, there is I think he's a Midwest Oral player whose tag I could not remember that I had to play as well. I don't remember the bracket that well. I apologize. I'm not. It's been a while, but it was tough, dude. I just remember sitting up there for a while, and I kept trying to get off the stream setup, and they're like, "No, stay on. You have to play the next one." I'm like, "Really?" So I just kept playing. When I play tournament, I almost never look at bracket. I don't pull up the start GG. I don't pull up the challenge. I just play whoever is in front of me because then I start thinking about it too hard. I think doing third strike math is bad. I think thinking, oh well, so and so lost to this person who I beat, so I should beat this person. I don't think that's good at all. I think that's pretty bad. At least for me personally, I don't think any of that's good. But it was hard. I showed up, I played. I had a good time. It was pretty stressful, but I think I do pride myself on being a tournament player. So
Yeah, I think getting out of pools at Jazzy is it's really hard. Like I always say, like the easiest route to top 16 is definitely like points, because like those last chance qualifier pools are a fucking bloodbath. So I know I've told myself going forward, like I don't care even if I get in on points, I'm not taking it. Like I'd rather just go through pools to like earn my
right.
way on stage. Because the one year that I like got in on points, I just like felt like an imposter the entire time. Like what am I doing up here? Why am I up here? Like I don't want to do this. Like no one thinks I'm any good. So it's like getting out of pools is like definitely like yeah, something to be proud about for sure.
Well, I'll tell you, I felt a little bit like an imposter making it out of pools because I felt like I coasted my way with through Chun-Li, you know?
Yeah, but
Like
at
I
least you
don't.
could have just say like, "Hey, well, you should have beat me in pools. Not my fault." Like,
I guess so. I guess so.
something. Not. Oh, I've been getting fourth place at my monthlies all year long.
Dude, Dallas is fucking crazy. You guys are just, it's not only do you play so much, but you also play so well and you have so many strong players. So like any of your weeklies, any of your locals could easily be top 8 at any regional. So like it's fourth place is fucking good.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So, how was it like playing on stage at Jazzy? I'll definitely say it's rough, right? Like there's lights and there's cameras
It was fun.
and then you have the
It
whole
was
audience
fun.
there and it's just you two and the whole venue shut down. Like, what's that experience like for you?
It's pretty fun. I don't know. I feed off of that kind of thing. Again, like having the performance background, like that is so fun having people engaged and paying attention. Like even if I do something like stupid or make a mistake and I hear people like reacting to it, I'm like, "Oh, people are paying attention." So that's fun for me. Like I think in the actual top 16 I had to play against Ensilo, the Hugo player
Mm.
from Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think it's
I
India,
think.
Midwest, somewhere up
Yeah,
there.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this in my like so well. It's like burned in. I hit a super on him. I try to go for the left right cross under for legs, and I go for the cross under. It does not cross under. I get same side, but my legs comes out the wrong direction.
Yeah.
And I just hear like everyone gasp, like what happens? Like that was so like even though that sucked, it was like I remember that. It was so fun. Like that's I don't know, that's kind of what it's all about. So that's the kind of thing I really enjoy when I'm getting to play like that.
And that's an easy execution error to make, right? Because you have to, for it to truly be, so for those who don't know, as they say on commentary, when you do the jump light kick reset, if you land and you immediately legs or low forward legs, then it locks them out from reversaling. What's that called? What's the mechanic?
TDK.
Thank you. So you have to be exactly on time to get TDK. Elsewise, they can just fear show you and it'll hit you. But if you do it too early, your legs goes the wrong direction and you just look like a fucking idiot. So no, I've done that too. I think when I played Frankie at Jazzy, like what was that, Jazzy 3? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Oops.
It'll happen to you.
Yeah. Do you feel like so you were in Jazzy top 16? Years ago, Ryan told me, unless you're a mirror, you cannot be a face Chun-Li player. You're always going to be the heel, so you should just embrace it. Like the crowd's never rooting for you to win. Do you feel like you have evolved into the villain Chun-Li role, or do you feel like the crowd still supports you?
I don't know, dude. You tell me. I have no clue. Like, I don't even think about that. Like, I just
Yeah.
play, and of course, people hate Chun-Li, and sure, like they probably should, right? But I don't know. I try to make me as a person be just as important as my character. So I like to think I can be friends with anyone and that I'm a pretty decent person. So hopefully that accounts into it somehow. I don't think of myself as a villain at all. I can be. I'm nice by choice, right?
Yeah.
So,
So just be a nice person, and they'll still root for you. Yeah.
maybe I don't know, dude. It works for a mirror, right?
Yeah, I think Amir is definitely a babyface Chun-Li. I've never seen anyone root for Chun-Li to lose. And but what Ryan had said, it resonated with me because I felt like, like when I was an up-and-comer, there is a certain, especially back then, there were less up-and-comers. So if you were someone who was playing the game later, it was like, oh, it's really cool. This guy's from Alaska, and he's actually not horrible. Oh, the Warden of the North. But then, like, the better I got, the more,
The more they got to know
well,
you.
yeah, also that. They're like, oh, actually, this guy's a fucking asshole.
Fuck this
But
guy.
no, I think the better that I got, it was like, obvious. Just off the top of my head, I played Caesar in like 45 tournaments at this point, and
Mhm.
no one has ever rooted for me to win in that match ever. I don't think the local players even root
Well,
for me to win.
This is true.
Hugo
Yeah, I do
gets
root for Susan
Hugo
over
gets the
you.
boost.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everyone, it
Crowd
doesn't
favorite.
matter. Like the crowd will always cheer for. I have at a Frosty one year when I was there. Um, which two Hugos were playing against each other? It was Sylvester and
Ruben, Big Bad Wolf.
yeah, Big Bad Wolf. Yeah, they were playing against each other somewhere in top 8, and I have never heard the crowd go that crazy for third strike ever. Hugo is just like free hype. Like if you want people to like scream and cheer for you, you pick Hugo.
Yeah, I know.
So don't take it too personally, Lance. It's a Hugo thing.
Yeah, I mean, as a young player, I know nobody wants me to win either. And then you go read the YouTube comments, and you're like, "Oh, this guy's carried by Yan, only winning because of Yan, blah blah." And I'm like, "Fuck you guys, man! Like, why are you just pure white now, Lance?"
I turned on my light. It was getting like more as it got darker outside. It was getting more and more.
Just,
Enlightened.
I don't know.
This is
It's
what
like-
happens when you
tried to
spread
turn it
enough
off.
Chun Yun propaganda. You become enlightened.
Holy Lance, dude, he's risen.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's yeah. That's an interesting one, and again, I think the easy answer here is that don't care about the YouTube comments. Who gives? They don't know anything. But do you, that is a facet of Chun and Yun is
Yeah.
that you go and you'll play in a tournament. You'll be like, oh my god, Combo Breaker got 100,000 views, and you go look at the YouTube comments. It's just like 80 comments being like, ugh, fucking carried Chun-Li players.
Imagine playing Third Strike and picking Chun. It's so
I know.
lame.
Yeah. Have you read any of those comments about yourself yet? Do they bother you if you ever read any?
I don't know if I've really. I don't. What's the term for the ego surf? I think is the
Mhm.
word, right? I don't do that too much, right? Like I'll go back and watch my VODs, but at least the nice thing is that when people are watching an actual Third Strike tournament, it's only going to be Third Strike players paying attention,
Mhm.
compared to like a major. And even then at a major, right, it's usually only the Third Strike players tuning in for Third Strike. So I think I'm pretty lucky in that I have not experienced that too much.
Mhm.
Um, People either just don't say anything, or if they say something, it's ambivalent at worst, which is fine. So I don't know if I can relate to it too much, but I do know that I've had people complain about me a lot playing to me directly to me, which I always enjoy. That's never a it's never a detriment for me. I love that kind of thing. Like complain more. Yeah, that means I'm doing the right things. So
Mhm. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think for some people it is I can't imagine LeBron James like reads the Yahoo comments about himself,
I
but
bet
like
he
Kevin
does,
Durant
bro.
does.
I bet he
Kevin
does.
Durant Kevin Durant makes like Twitter alts to like argue with people about how good he is. So like even at the highest level, he's making millions of dollars, and and he's just making a Twitter alt like, no, actually, Katie's really good. It's his teammates that are trash. You know.
Lance, do you have burner alts where you go and defend yourself in the comments?
No, I keep my alting to fight Cade.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it.
fair, fair.
Uh, Okay, so how'd you you got to top 16 in Jazzy? What happened after that?
let me see. I lost to Mommy, Makoto Mike. Makoto is easily one of my worst matchups. Let alone the fact that that dude is really good. He is just. I feel like that's one of those people I've played where I'm like the gulf really can be this wide, right? So that was pretty tough. That's another match where I don't think I've even taken the time to go back and watch because I feel like there's nothing to be gained there, right? Like, um, I just sucked, so I just lost. And then I think after that I had to play Bubbles. Um, and Denjin is very strong, so when you put a strong player behind Denjin, very, 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 very strong. I don't recall the set count. I want to say I at least took one. Um, but someone I did play Bubbles, right? I'm not misremembering this.
I
Right,
That's
think
gonna be
so.
so embarrassing if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I played Bubbles.
Chat, pull it up.
Ray, check the tapes.
I can't minimize, dude. It'll fuck up the
Sorry,
stream.
I'm in
I'm
heaven. I can't use the internet
I'm pretty
anymore.
sure. But if I'm wrong, I'll just eat that. Anyways, I wanted to beat him very bad. So, um,
Yeah, Bubs
Denjin
is
Ryu.
good. Bubs is good. That boy's a
Every
prop.
every matchup for Denjin's a 5-5.
That is true.
I also agree with this. Yes, yeah.
That was Juan's philosophy. I asked, I think I told this story before, but this like a decade ago. I went and asked a bunch of the good players, like, what would say your matchups are? And most people gave me, they just gave me numbers, and that's cool. Like, and I was gonna do something. I thought I was gonna like interview them or like ask them to really delve into it, which I never got around to. But yeah, that was the famous one. Is Juan he just wrote 5-5, and I asked him, I was like, was that on? Did you do that on purpose? And he's like, yeah, I think as long as you have Denjin, you always have a chance.
Hell
You're
yeah.
like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no, that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, you can just back throw and win the game, right? Like, you win the game off a throw. Insane. Yeah. So,
Is that something you enjoy? I mean, so I think a lot of Chun Li players have, at least I won't speak for everyone, but at least for me, what I gravitated towards was like Chun Li's obviously strong, but also a very consistent, stable character. The way that you approach the game as a Chun Li player, I want to minimize randomness and I want to win. I want to play so good I'm going to beat everyone every time. Like that's the goal. Whereas Denjin Ryu is kind of like spiritually the opposite of that. So I'm thinking like Denjin Ryu, obviously SA2 Makoto. those kinds of characters, do you like
Oro.
that? What do you sure Oro? What do you think?
Oro.
I'll say that Oro is my least favorite matchup in the game for what we're talking about, right? For the same reasons.
Preach, absolutely preach.
That it's an 8-2, a 7-3, 9-1, whatever you want to say, but like, dude, you get hit once, like you play
thrown.
Immaculate.
You get thrown.
Yeah, you get thrown. That quick rise, hit that quick rise. It's like I don't know it's like a 1-frame window or something, right? It's really slim. That shit's tough, dude. Like, and it doesn't matter if I'm, playing like a bitch the whole game and like just you play perfect for like 60, 70 seconds and then my bad. I pressed the button. I was too close. My bad. My fault. So I do not enjoy those matchups. I really do not enjoy those matchups. And clearly the fact that I lose them so often plays into why I don't enjoy them. So it's an area for growth for me for sure. But it's tough, dude. You can only complain so much, right?
Yeah.
But I will always say that like some of those characters where they have like a really good equalizer like that, no matter how bad the matchup is on paper, like that human element is like worth so much. So sometimes you make the one bad choice and they hit the parry and now you're in the loop and you lose. What are you gonna do?
Do you think Oro players are happy with themselves, like in life?
No, dude, I don't even think so. I think they're still like seething. Like I think they will win, and they're still pissed off about it.
Because it's like you gotta log on and just do this to people all day, Like
yeah,
if you're gonna play Oro, like I'm gonna fight a Chun-Li, and then every single round is gonna go 90 seconds until like I can cheese them out and win, Like do you think they're just happy with themselves just logging on?
Hell no, no way, no. They win and they still hate themselves. That's the difference, right? I lose and I still love myself, so I'll take that with me.
But yeah, so I think low tier characters removed from the game. I'm fine with
Agreed.
that.
Agreed.
Your Oro, your Remy, 12, absolutely 12 players too. You guys got to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe the melee players are right about that.
Yeah,
I thought about that a lot. That is something on my mind all the time.
Of course.
Yeah. No, like in Melee, everyone's like, "Oh, what's the coolest characters?" Oh, like Fox and Marth, the top tiers, right? For the most part, and they just hate. I mean, I tried to play Slippy a couple years ago. Sunny was coaching me, and the amount of times that they just rage quit as soon as they see a mid tier character, right? It's totally opposite of like casual Third Strike. Because I feel like, for the most part, dedicated Third Strike players have kind of just like, okay, I embrace the game for what it is. These characters are a little stronger. Ray was just talking to some of the Japanese players when he was over there, and he asked about the whole like, oh, do they complain about Chun and Yun in Japan? And they were like, yeah, only the bad players do that. So, but there is still a large casual audience for Third Strike that's like, Chun, Yun, Ken, whatever. When's the 12th player? That kind of thing.
I don't think people realize either, too. It's like, you think you want, like, an Oro 12 Grand Finals, but you do not want that. Like, I promise you, like, it'll be the most awkward thing ever. He's fucking flying around the screen like an airplane. He's running away. It's just not going to be entertaining. I promise you. Like, but
it's
for
so cool. It's not Chun or Yun or Ken.
I just
it's
don't
so
think
cool,
the comments
right?
know what they're asking
well,
for.
I love to see a low tier in top 8. That's wow.
I mean, you can.
Amazing.
There's like sick low
we
tiers.
should
Like you can play Hugo, right? Like Hugo, Alex, like those are exciting characters. Like regardless win or lose, like they're gonna put on a good show. But like, have you ever seen a good show from a 12 player? No, they're just doing spaghetti, inflatable arms, man. Like 9/11 into people. It's just not entertaining at all. I'm sorry. Like 12 players, Oro players. I'm sorry, guys. Like I know that's your character. Like, but not for me.
We can take the melee approach. It's like we start a game on Fightcade. As soon as they hover over Oro, we just all F4. Like,
I think at 3SO, I'm just gonna put them in their own bracket, right? We'll run a side bracket of Oro 12, Remy, they can all play in their own bracket, and you can watch that tournament, and I'm sure it'll be super exciting. And the rest of us will play a good game, you know. So yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
for it.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Where do we go before I went down this Oro 12 hate train? Where were we at?
Next up is so we just got through with Jazzy. So what about 3SO? Did you go to the first 3SO? I can't remember.
I did, yeah. I was at the first three or so. I was unfortunately sick for most of the weekend, so I did not get that many games with people. I don't even remember how I placed. I don't think it was very good that first time. But last year's very fun. It was crazy how many people were there. Like it was
You're telling me? Yeah.
um it was dude, just like even just trying to walk through to a cabinet was a whole thing. Um I don't know. I think we talked about this a little bit, I think, before we hit the stream on, but I'm pretty sure I had to play like three Dudleys in a row in my bracket path. So that's a matchup I feel very confident in. Um, we had a Dudley player here in Arizona for a long time. Perhaps an infamous player. Uh, Maria Macaroni Frog.
Oh, shouts to Frog. He's Dallas now.
Yeah, I don't think he
Yeah.
plays anymore.
He does. He does.
Oh, he shows up? Does he?
He doesn't show up to our offlines, but he is on Fightcade. He may run into Frog
Okay.
sometime. Yeah, I'll DM you. After
Hell
this.
yeah.
I'll let you know who he
Sick.
is. So
Okay,
I
cool,
won't
cool,
out him
cool.
on stream, but he exists. So
Yeah, when he was here, he was one of my biggest training partners. So I've played. That's one of my most played matchups is against Dudley. Um, Shout out to Maria. The whole reason I have a super gun and a CPS3 is because of him too. Um, but no, my bracket path I did get to play against. I think it was three Dudleys. I had to play one Chunmir, which is a matchup I usually feel pretty good in, and then I had to play another one after that against Lance. I think that guy got lucky,
Yeah.
very much.
Well,
So.
sounds good.
maybe. Like I don't know. I think I played better, but he might have gotten lucky. Um,
It was it was one of those matches where I think I won most of the rounds, but like every round went down to like the last few pixels.
Right.
It was not comfortable.
There was in my memory, and I haven't gone back and watched, but in my memory, there was one round where I think it was like round two or round three. Like we both had bar, um, and I was just standing there, and I kept getting hit by Stan Fierce
Right.
over and over and over, and I'm like, I don't care, it's not a super, so I'm gonna keep hitting it,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure I just died because I kept getting hit by Stan Fierce because I just wasn't blocking because I kept trying to counter hit.
Yeah.
And my timing was wrong, my parries were wrong every single time. But um, I don't know if I have much to say about the bracket. I felt like I showed up, I played my games, I tried to do my best. All of the cabinets were very felt good to play on. The energy in the room, regardless of whether people are watching you or not, is something you got to feed into, and it was a good event. So, yeah, I just played. I don't have too much that I feel about it one way or another, but I had a great time for sure.
Cool.
Can you explain the Four Locos? Am I allowed to talk about that on Twitch?
Ah, you know, a Four Loco costs like $3, right? They're like
Yeah.
$3,
Yeah.
and they're always there for you, right? Like it's old reliable. That I will say that's my first time that I've had a Four Loco in like almost a decade. So
I'm here
for me, that was like a like, do I still got this? Can I still do this? But apparently I don't got this no more.
I remember,
I think
I remember like Saturday after the tournament was over, I'm like walking around, like, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies or whatever, and I like see you walk through with like a Four Loco, and I'm like, oh damn, like all right, this is what it's about right here. I'm excited.
yeah,
So.
you know, that's sometimes you just got it. You got to keep yourself humble. So I was humbled. I at least made it out of the venue and back to the Airbnb, and then I spent the rest of the evening on the floor. Um, but you know, you gotta every now and then. It's important.
Very nice, very nice. So, Tournament.
Oh,
Oh, go Lance. Sorry.
okay. I just wanted to circle back to something we were talking
Yep.
about earlier. I feel like it deserves a little more, maybe a little more follow up. So we were talking about how you guys both did not have a good time at Evo.
Okay.
I don't know. I certainly what you said resonated with me as far as you said like they got more out of it than we did as a community, and I think uh, obviously we can't know their motivations or whatever, but Evo does strike me as the event where it's kind of like they're the least interested in our community or enriching our community in any way, right? It's just you feel wasn't Pokimane in charge of Evo at that point? I feel like Pokimane just said, "Get the one with the parry, get that one," and that's probably as much thought as went into it.
And she was right for it, honestly. Like
Yeah,
it's a money making scheme, right? So like, hell yeah, get the one with the parry.
yeah. It felt just watching it. I mean, I kind of mentioned it when we were doing podcasts going up to it, and I felt like this is a corporate. I don't want to call it exploitative. Maybe that's not exactly
I felt
right. But at the
used,
same time,
Lance. I did. I felt
it doesn't
used.
feel their interest doesn't feel genuine, right? And I don't feel that way about the other majors, right? Like obviously 3SO and Jazzy and like Toronto are like crowd-funded grassroots events, so the people behind them are passionate about it, and the community showing up is passionate about it. And the other majors, maybe they're not passionate about it in the same way, but it also doesn't feel exploitative. Like something I think's been really cool this last year is like Frankie's been attending all of these majors. CEO, well, yes, I think he's going to CEO. Combo Breaker. It was CEO last year. Combo Breaker, Frosty. That's been on my mind lately. Is like the majors have always kind of existed in a space where like it's not our core community, so people go to it if it's a local to them. Like the Chicago players go to Frosty and Combo Breaker. The Texas players go to Texas Showdown. But it's not, and like a lot of other scenes, Street Fighter 6 or whatever, they attend the majors as like their core, like that's what they do, right? They go to Combo Breaker and CEO. I don't know that I have a point at all with that, just that I think it's cool that Frankie's been going to it. It would be cool if we continue to engage with them, because it does feel like they're kind of meeting they're meeting us pretty far. Like they're all supplying arcade hardware. Everything except Combo Breaker is cabinets. They're certainly putting forth an effort. There's a lot of players going to these things. They often get a lot of viewership. Of course, it's expensive to go to all this stuff, right? I think I did the math for myself, and I was like, okay, if I wanted to go to every major this year, it would only cost me like $8,000. And I'm like, well, that isn't necessarily worth it, right? And I'm sure that's the math that a lot of us kind of look at and say, okay,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
not.
more than what my car's worth, dude. That's
right.
fucking brutal.
Yeah. I don't really have a point with all that. I think it's worth it, discussing that. I think the majors and like Third Strike's relationship with the majors kind of something that we could continue to support. I think it's really cool people that are already supporting it. Me and Ray have gone to a couple. We went to Texas Showdown this year. I think we're going to CEO here in a month or two. I don't have a point with that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of put that out in the ether, I guess.
Come to Texas
Yeah.
Showdown if you're interested in Third Strike at majors. Like, I'm ITO Third Strike at Texas Showdown, so I mean, maybe a little bias here, but like, Texas Showdown as far as retro goes, like they do it right. Like the like big organizers there, they really love retro, and they like give it the respect that it deserves. It doesn't feel like a side game or you're pushed into a corner or whatever. Like, it feels big. We're on the same stage at the same time as 2XKO and Tekken 8 or whatever that was going on at the same time. Like, we're all playing on the same stage in the same ballroom at the exact same time on the hardware that we want. I can tell you, like, Showdown's very passionate about, like, we want to play on arcades because that's what you guys want, right? Like, that's the biggest thing. It's just, like, what does the community actually want? Like, if you want to play on arcade, like, you should make it happen. Like, why say, oh, well, that's too hard for us to do, but we still want you guys to come out? Like, fuck that. Like, make it happen for them. You guys got money, we'll figure it out. Talk to the community. Actually get involved with people. Like, you can make it happen if you want to. So, as long as I'm involved with running Third Strike at Texas Showdown, we'll be on cabs, and I'll do my best to make it good for everyone. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. I told Dictator I'd go this year and I didn't go, so I feel bad about that.
Yeah. It was a good year. We had 100 people sign up for Third
He
Strike.
told me he'd have a Four Loko for me, so
Yeah, they let us drink in the ballroom too, like outside beers. So pretty degen. But
Say no more.
yeah,
I'll be there.
yeah. So I'm gonna try to TO that again next year. And then yeah, like Combo Breaker. I've been to Frosty before. Frosty's a great event as for Third Strike too. You can't drink inside of there, which sucks. Did spend the rent money at the bar, but and we almost got Dallas thrown out. Not sure if you
I
guys.
also almost got ejected as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I haven't been to Combo Breaker yet. I want to try that one. And then we're going to CEO. This is my first time to go to CEO. So yeah, if you guys are coming out to CEO, come say what's up to me, Lance, and who else is coming with us? Lance to this thing.
Oh, that I don't know. Why you? I should ask you that. I
Oh
wouldn't
my
know.
god. Alright, I think it's Cabal, Evan, Jace, Dictator, Max. Max keeps saying he's gonna go, but hasn't booked anything yet. Classic Max. So, yeah, it'll be a good time. Mateo and Zed's coming with us too. They're rooming with us. So,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Canada, so Toronto Resurrection's coming up in about a month as well, I think. You're signed up, I believe, Jamie. Tell us a little bit about that. So, yeah, any thoughts on that?
It's sick. They're doing a tournament, dude. More than anything, I want the whole. I think they're doing like a traditional Mandarin dinner at the venue,
Yeah.
right? Like dude, that's awesome, right? Like that's included in the venue fee.
Before
Like
top
what
eight, by the
more?
way. Before top
Yeah,
eight.
like what more could you want? Like that is so awesome. I know Zed and Mateo have put in a ton of work to make that happen, to make their scene happen, to have equipment to play on, to just like cultivate all that. So, um, I'm stoked. Like it's gonna be so cool. I don't have too high expectations of myself for like placing in tournament or anything. I have not been super locked in this past year, but it doesn't matter, right? Like what matters is going and showing up and playing and being a part of it. So I I'm excited to eat dinner there.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine top eight too. Like you make top eight, and then they sit all of top eight at one table, like before you gotta
Right.
play, right? Like you just gotta sit down and eat dinner with everyone you're about to play in top eight. Like that would be badass.
Yeah. They got like the nobles and the dukes at one table, and then all the peasants got to eat separately. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really cool as far as Toronto goes because Toronto's always been a scene with a lot of history. And when I started, I remember going through old SRK threads, and there was this, there was always these conversations like, oh yeah, all Toronto came out and played in LA and so on, and yeah, and then you just for the last decade there wasn't really a lot. It didn't really seem like there was a lot going on in Toronto, but now that they are organizing there, you can kind of see that there's a really big active player base there still. It really is a third strike hotspot that was kind of just waiting for the right people to come reignite it. And it seems like they have the exact right people there.
Yeah, they have quite a few very, very, very high level players over there. So, I think if you are able to make it, if it's feasible for you to make it and you don't make it, you are making a very bad choice to not go. So,
Yeah.
should really try to show up if you can.
Yeah, no, it looks really cool. I spent a lot of time thinking about like trying to make it work, but of course the price the tickets to Toronto are expensive.
It's
It,
a
it was
little
insane,
bit
same thing with the majors. I was like, oh, it's gonna cost me $1,000 to go to Toronto. Okay, maybe I don't want to go that much.
right. Well, and then you got a passport if you don't have one
Yeah,
set up. That's a whole other thing. Traveling in and out of the states right now is can be weird, tough,
sure.
depending on where you're at, whatever your circumstances are. So, just traveling to anything is hard. So everyone who is making it around to some of the regionals right now regularly, like you were saying earlier, like Frankie has showed out to so many different things, is very commendable. And I can tell you, as someone who is a little like I've been playing for a hot second now, but it's also I'm still in the grand scheme of things a little bit of a newer player. Like I'm definitely like in the new blood, the newer generation of Third Strike. I think some of the outward perception of Third Strike at some of the regionals is that why would we go to compete there? There's no one playing there,
Right.
right? So, having literally some of the best players in the country regularly coming out to these things to compete is awesome. because you want to go where strong players are, right? Like I want
Yeah.
to go play strong players. So if strong players are going to these events, yeah, I'm going to be more inclined to go to them. So I think that's important and that matters a ton.
Yeah, I was, I've been, so, okay, I don't know if anyone else does this. This will sound stupid. I occasionally watch Street Fighter 6 top eights, and I try to convince myself that I want to play it. I'm just like,
Hmm.
oh, maybe, yeah, maybe it's good, and inevitably I arrive at, no, no, it's really quite bad. I don't want to buy it. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, I'll watch these top eights, and you'll see that, like, for all these majors, these CEOs, combo breakers, like, a lot of talent from all over the globe is flying in for all these other games, right? For them, these are their main tournaments. And yeah, that's been part of my decision making as well, right? It's like, okay, I can go to Jazzy Finale, I can go to 3SO, I can go to these little events here and there that kind of pop up and are huge. They're all community, like that's where the core of the community is interested in. I want to compete against the best players. That's what I'm going to do. But there's no reason that we can't treat there's no reason that Third Strike can't be just the same way at these majors. Um, yeah, like it would be, it'd be great if it's like, okay, Frankie is going to be at CEO, MOV was there last year. It would be great if it was like, okay, like, yeah, 12 players are going to go to Combo Breaker and CEO and so on. Again, I understand the financial impact. It is the thing that, like I said earlier, it's the thing that I always parse when I'm kind of looking at this stuff. But yeah, no, I guess I think it's really cool. And I think we could do more there too, because there's a big spotlight there. Sometimes, I think someone commented before, like if you're trying to learn a new game for the last decade or so, what you would do is like, okay, I want to see what's up with the scene. Let me look up Evo Third Strike 2024, 2025, and just see like what was happening with that. And that's where a lot of viewership, that would be their first instinct. Like, oh, do I want to try this game? Let's see what's up with it. And those are kind of the things that we have not really embraced. For Evo, I think it makes sense. But for the other majors, I think there's, yeah, I would like to support more. So that's my plan as much as I can going forward. I hope others do the same because I think we could continue to build something there. I don't know if that's part of Frankie's calculus. I know I haven't talked to him about it at all, but it is, be the change you want to see in the world, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I think it is really cool.
He is, as far as a representative for the game, I feel like he is very much like um, he's like a class act, I guess, right? Like good at what he does. He's so freaking good at the game. Very fun person to talk with, be around, carries himself very well. So, um, having that kind of representation for like this is what high level is for Third Strike, hell yeah. Like
Yeah,
it's important. It's good.
yeah.
I just came back. I'm not sure what we're into right now. Sorry, I had to use the restroom and get another beer. So
No, you're doing great, Ray. At least you were not. I fixed my camera, by the way. Yeah, so that's
good job. No more ghost face. So.
we're really good at this. Okay, so interesting. So I was going to ask you this earlier. And now you kind of said, what you said a few minutes ago, that you're kind of newer to the scene. Do you still think of yourself as a new player?
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know if there's ever gonna be a time when I don't think that,
Mm.
right? Like it's going on almost 7 years now that I've been playing the game. But I still very much think of myself as new to it. I still lose way more than I win. Um, there's people who have been playing for way longer than me that are more experienced than me. Likewise, on the flip side of it, though, there's also people who have been playing for less than me who I can't beat.
Sure.
So that's also really cool, right? So I don't even think it's a whole like time spent kind of thing. Um, but how you spend it or what you're doing in the time, that always matters the most. But for sure, I definitely still think of myself as a new player.
Yeah, I've been. I mean, since you bring it up, obviously, like a name that gets thrown around often for new players that had meteoric rises, is Resolve, right? And Resolve's and what keying in on what you just talked about, because Resolve mentioned, because Resolve, we've always kind of known Resolve was pretty good, especially for how long he had been playing and how young he
He's only
was.
been playing for like what, like 15 minutes? He's like
Yeah, I
12,
think about. Yeah,
right?
I think so. Right. Yeah, and we'd always thought he was pretty good, but I feel in the last year and a half or so, he made like another huge leap. And I was talking to him about it, and he talked about, yeah, I kind of just like I couldn't really play online as much, so I did a lot of training mode, and I feel like that like helped me a lot. Which is takes me back to, I was talking to Yuki like 15 years ago when I first met him, and he was like, "Yeah, I think I got really good because I was in Hawaii and didn't have anyone to play, so I just played in training mode." That is something that certainly I've not done a lot of in the last 5 or 6 years, but I think it has some great return on value. Yeah.
I am not a training mode player. I am pretty allergic to training mode. Um, I do go in every now and then when there's something I need to figure out, or if I'm watching a replay or whatever it is, and I want to like try to recreate a situation. But I am so bad at spending any more than 5 or 10 minutes in training mode at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm lucky as like Cho is a training mode guy, and then like Yuki has spent 20 years in training mode. So usually, if I don't know something, I'm like, "Hey, what is this situation?" And like, what are my options, or what do I do? I ask him. Like Cho will either just go into training mode and figure it out and tell me the answer, and I'm like, "Great." Or Yuki already knows, so he's like, "Yeah, this, and this," and I'm like, oh, "Okay." So, yeah, training mode. I take the King approach, where it's just like, you don't need that. You'll be fine. Just be good. Just win. Okay.
Pretty sure Kang has said multiple times that he's never watched one of his own replays.
Not just his. He doesn't watch any footage at all.
Nope. He just wins.
He doesn't go in training mode.
Yep. He misses short super. Yep. And still wins.
Indeed he does.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's all part of the I do feel, I don't know if you guys, and maybe I just feel this way because Resolve crushed me this week. I feel like the time where that works is coming to an end. I feel like we're entering a new min-maxing era of Third Strike, where we have these young people. So off the top of my head, Cartola and Resolve are the two that stick out of my brain. Maybe Boa, I'm not sure. Of just like people who have spent a lot of time really figuring out the details of this game. And I don't know, it's starting to feel a little hard to keep up. Like the Kang approach might be coming to an end. I don't know.
I mean, have you seen Cartola talk about his like pixel ages?
Yeah, no, he sent me
dude,
blog. Yeah.
What is that? What is that all about, man? Like Resolve was talking about it on Twitter recently too, just like the things that he does to like reference points or which kind of moves he uses to move the character forward to like get that pixel perfect aegis spacing, like in the corner or whatever it is. Like that's crazy. And that's something you would think off the bat, right? Like, well, how do you reliably get something down to just a pixel, right? Yeah. Like, isn't there so much room for error? But clearly you can, if you spend the time and you practice it and you look and you try and you set whatever reference points for yourself that you need to, it's doable. So I see that and I'm like, damn, I wish I felt the compulsion to hit training mode more. Instead of getting so like, I get in training mode, I'm like, I could just be playing. Like I'll open up, the training mode for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like on Fightcade playing.
Exactly what I do. Yep.
Mom Slayer 69.
Very strong S rank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I felt it. It just felt like maybe I'm dooming, but it felt like a changing of the tide. It's like, Resolve came down to Dallas and beat us all like a year ago, and I was like, okay. But we can we can just figure out what we did wrong, and then we'll come back. We got it. It's not a problem. But it's only gotten worse since then. And I was playing him this week, and I was like, oh, like I think it's over. Like I will never be Resolve again. And like he's like he's like 21 or something, 22. Like
like 13.
Yeah. Like this isn't
what these players need is like soul crushing debt, right? Like a mortgage payment, or like 20K in credit card debt or something. Like, let's see what your pixel Vegas can do then, like
60-hour work weeks.
Yeah, let's just do that and then see who wins.
I forgot who I read that, but they were like, if you beat me and you don't have a job, it doesn't count.
So true.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I feel like, I don't know, it might just be me dooming, but I feel like there's a change in the wind. Like maybe I think that's part of, I feel like lately, USA versus Japan, I've seen that gap close, and I feel it's because we are, we're using training mode and we're using all the resources, maybe a little more than they are. So, yeah, I don't know that I have a point to that either. It's just it's ominous, feels concerning.
Well, I
Our
think
time is
it's,
up.
I think Third Strike's cool in that way right now. Like it's probably the best time to get into the game because it's, I think of all like the old retro fighters, whatever you want to call them. I think Third Strike's pretty accessible.
Mm.
Um, it's I think it's easier to get yourself up to par in this game for a lot of different reasons compared to like I don't know, ST or like any alpha game or Marvel or CVS2, right? Like there's a lot of resources. It's also one of the most played games on Fightcade
Mm.
all the time, so just the pool of players is bigger. There's people who will take the time to teach you how to play. I think it's I think we're pretty lucky, right? We're a little spoiled in that regard that there's like good resources, tools, training modes, good players who aren't going to be a dickhead to you about,
Mm.
showing you things like we were talking about Kang. Kang is also someone who spent a lot of time with me teaching me like, no, you stupid Chun player, like
Yep.
what are you doing? Like just do this, do these things. You're gonna play better if you do these things. He never called me stupid, but
Yeah.
in my mind. But
He never called me
like
stupid. He just said like, "I'm not gonna play you if you're gonna play like this," which may as well be like,
yeah,
"Call me
yeah.
stupid."
Exactly. He said all the things that made me arrive at the point where I'm like, oh, I'm stupid.
Mm.
Okay, So that's awesome that we have that for our game, right? Like we're just it's cool as hell. I think it's easier than ever to get into the game and learn how to play it and get decent at it. I think it's harder than ever to get good at it. Um, because the people who have been playing for a long time also have all those resources, and a lot of them are taking advantage of it to get better than where they were. Like the best is getting better than what the best was
Yep.
all the time. So, I don't know. It's exciting. It's very exciting. I constantly see things that surprise me. I see new things that people are doing with the game. It makes me excited about wanting to get better and playing. Um, you just gotta it rewards effort, the game doesn't give a shit about you, so you have to be the one that cares.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
I talked to the Japanese about this when I was over there too, because I was like, because they were I was talking about like they were talking about like our like level of play, and they're very surprised at like, yeah, obviously we have like our elite players that are very very good, but he's like underneath that it's like everyone's good. Like that's the way they felt about like America. It's just like we're really shocked about like for how long you guys have been playing, how good you are, and then like
You
how
sure they're
like
not just being polite?
I don't think so. They said some unsavory things about other countries' level of
Ooh,
play. I
okay,
will say that.
cool.
So
Ooh.
like so I felt like they were being honest with me for the most part. But yeah, they were just like we're really shocked about like how good you guys are, and I'm just like yeah, because these kids are on Fightcade 8 hours a day just grinding matchups. Like they may have the most quality play, but when I'm talking to like their top players, they're like yeah, we may play once a week. They're not playing at home. Like they go to the arcade, they play, and that's it. Whereas here, it's like, hey, I got an hour. I'll log on, grind some sets. May not be the best play that you have, but like you're still getting those reps in daily. So it helps overall. So, and I think just like the level of play now is just it's crazy, right? Like I always compare like Yun stuff. Like I'll see new Yun players and they're doing Daipon loops like year one, whereas like when I first started, like way back when I was a kid, like that was combo video stuff, and now people just like see
Right.
that and they're like, oh, that's how I play the character. Like that's a part of playing the characters. I need to do that, and then they learn that, and it's like you're already starting the bar so high.
You,
Yeah.
you got kids like Joyas now, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Like they just want to do the fancy stuff, and they can do it.
yeah,
So
any Canadian Yun that's doing Carapalm and
mm,
Daipon. I don't know. Like I don't know Yun shit, but it's probably Joyas.
yep.
Yeah, it has been it's been quietly creeping up on us. I mean, I think we had, for some reason, this conversation sticks out of my mind. Like a decade ago, 2015, whatever, we were talking about like how many players in America can Karashoryu and how many players can Daipon Loop, and the answer was few. We were like, oh yeah, probably like 3 people in America, or like 4 Ken players in America can Karashoryu. And now like it's expected. Same thing with the Daipon loops, like you guys were talking about. Like I feel like there's I mean, there's definitely more than 5. Just off the top of my head,
Hmm.
obviously Colin, Raven, B-Tran,
I'm not one of
Pyro,
them.
Yuki. Uh, I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. Just naming. Oh, Cho,
Cho.
obviously.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like we're approaching double digits of people who just like reliably Daipon loop, and Karashoryu is just a staple of Ken. So yeah, and then of course there's Resolve, who is copying all Cartola's stuff and
Hmm.
putting pixel perfect Aegises where if I don't block for one frame, I just lose my entire life bar. So that's awesome. Yeah, no, it has been an evolution, and I do think it is tied to the the up and coming generation. I guess just the new crop of players we've had in the last 7 or 8 years. I think.
It's fun to hear this perspective too, because I don't have that perspective, right? Like this is just like what it's been as I've been learning to play the game, right? Like if I see a Ken that can't hit a Kara Shoryu every now and then, I'm like, oh, that guy sucks, right?
Lance can't hit. Lance
Because
can't do
but
I
that's
don't need. If I did it, it would just be too strong. Yeah.
that's the expectation, right? That's what
it.
you're
Hmm.
saying is like it's that is the base level now for me respecting a Ken player, right? Like they have to be able to do those things. Otherwise, I'm like, like
Yeah.
they can't do that, so I don't give a shit about whatever else they can do, because that's just how it's been as I've been learning to play the game. So it's kind of cool hearing that. Where like 10 years ago, that was the exception and not the expectation.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want out of the game going forward?
What do I want out of the game? Ooh, um, I want to keep being able to play it. Um, I want to be able to play the game in a capacity that has like integrity. You know what I mean? Um, like if we get that Mr. Core ever happening for CPS3, I think that will be great. I also think Third Strike players are unfortunately can be some of the biggest divas about that kind of thing. So if we ever even get to that point where there is a reasonable alternative that is hard to differentiate from, no one's going to want to accept it, which is, on one hand, I think that's kind of awesome, right? That we're that entrenched in what we do, that these are the rules. You have to use these cleats. We have to play on this kind of field. You have to use this kind of bat, right? Like that's
Yeah.
awesome, right? That's kind of cool. But at the same time, I think it's good to be realistic that like, dude, even like my own CPS3 right now,
Hmm.
if I move it too much, some of the RAM sticks like don't get detected,
Hmm.
and so I have to like flex the PCB to
Oh,
like get it to boot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that's just gonna start happening. Like that's not sustainable, right? So I think what I want from the game is that just like people keep um, being reasonable about it, that there's more people playing the game than ever, as far as I can tell, um, based on what I know, right? And there's people playing the game at like the average level right now, I think is probably higher than it's ever been. I don't know. You guys have been playing
Hmm.
longer than I have, so like you can probably speak more to it, but um, like your average player is probably better now than they were 10 years ago, hopefully,
Very much so.
which is great. And I think just like keep raising that as time goes on from the game. And I hope that we can just uh, keep doing what we're doing our own thing without any kind of outside interference from anything, right?
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mister is on everyone's mind. Um,
Um,
I will be very curious. I think probably the best thing we can do as a community is to, as soon as it comes out, start testing it
mhm.
and give give a lot of feedback. And I don't know anything about, like, I'm not in that that kind of stuff doesn't usually interest me. So I'm not sure how receptive they are to feedback, or if they want to tweak it to be exactly accurate. But I do feel like that will be the threshold for
Mhm.
a lot of the old heads. It's like, okay, it needs to feel like I need to be able to watch a YouTube video that shows Alex jumping up and down for 9,000 seconds, and it does not desync at all. It has to be exactly perfect, and it needs to slow down the exact same way when you do Yang EX slashes on his. That's going to be the framework. I will. It is promising. I feel like Fight K2 is in the ballpark. It's not crazy inaccurate. Some of the console
Yeah.
ports in the past have been. So, again, I don't know anything. Maybe you can tell me more. But I feel like if we as a community are immediately like, okay, let's give you all the feedback because this has to be really close if people are going to adopt it at all. I don't know if they'll take that or not, but that's probably where we should start.
I think they absolutely would.
Mm-hmm.
I think my understanding of the aim of like Mister as a whole project is accuracy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's preservation. So, um, very receptive to that kind of feedback, but it has to be constructive, right?
Right.
And I think that's probably something that maybe Third Strike struggles with is that people can give feedback, but it's not very constructive or it's not very helpful, right? Like people are just too willing to be like, not the same or it's different, but they can't articulate why or what's wrong with it.
Right.
So,
Yum.
knowing you, Lance, you are someone who I think would be perfect for giving that kind of feedback. And so I encourage you to maybe get a little more involved with that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they've got, as far as I know, I think there's the new generation and Second Impact are both running on the CPS3 core right now. Both still very early stages, but the games you can play the games on them. So we're getting there, but
Yum.
yeah, no, I think it's just you got what's the phrase? There's no stupid questions, only the stupid people that ask them. Right?
We're willing to be those
Yeah.
stupid people.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
So you just kind of you gotta yeah. It's only as good as the lowest common denominator, I guess.
and I mean, just to play devil's advocate here too, like, yeah, we are very much divas about the setups we play on, but like, if you look at modern games, like after every big tournament, there are people bitching about what monitor they gotta play on, PS5, blah 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 blah, like sound, like it's not just us. Like it's just like I feel like we've been the most vocal for so long that we've had this standard of like it's cab and it's CPS3 and that's it. I'm not gonna settle for anything less. But like if you look at modern games too, like I made a post the other day in like one of the discords. Like I don't understand how the fuck like they haven't figured this out yet. Like how is there not an Evo standard? Like if you're gonna play Street Fighter 6, this is the monitor you're gonna play on. This is the
Even
console.
more reasons why we don't want Third Strike at Evo, as far
Right?
as I'm
Like
concerned.
so it's like I kind of feel like even if Mister does come around, it's almost like we've been doing this for 25 whatever years where it's like it's cab and it's CPS3 or like I don't give a shit, and it's just like I almost feel like just having that standard of like this is what it is. If you want to play competitive Third Strike, that's good. Me personally, like I'll play on whatever, like as long as it's casuals or whatever. But if I'm gonna like travel to a big tournament, like I want to know what I'm playing on, right? Like that was one of the ones. That's the only Super Gun tournament I've ever traveled to is Evo. I'm never gonna travel for a Super Gun tournament again.
Yeah.
Fuck it, it's just not worth my money at this point. But I'm spoiled and I own 2 cabs and whatever. So that's like, why do I want to spend $1,000 to go play on this Fisher Price version of Third Strike instead of
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, I mean, I'm there with you. I think that's like the great thing about playing this game is you kind of know what to expect,
Mm.
right? Like you're always like if it's gonna be on cab, you know what to expect. Outside of little hardware things, right? Sometimes the
Yeah,
lever's
the
a little
sticks
loose.
are and the buttons like that.
Sometimes someone has Seimitsu buttons on the cabinet.
Sometimes yeah, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, not referencing any tournaments that have happened,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, and I'm down for that shit, dude. I think it's tight. Like I think it's good that we're kind of like rigid about that. Like I think it's cool, but it's also just I think it's just the forward thinking thing, right? You have to kind of if there's ways to make it work in a way that appeases people, that's going to be acceptable. I think it's important to explore it.
Yeah,
Great.
no, that makes sense to me. We are with the hardware, as finicky as it is, we are a little bit on the clock. It won't last forever.
Hopefully by then we're done. Like that. That's
Yeah, I don't
that's
plan on living forever. I'm,
that's
so-
my plan. Is by the time like all these CPS3s and CRTs and caps die, like I'm done. I'm golfing at that point. Like I don't give a shit about Third Strike anymore. Like that's Cho's problem. He's fucking 22 or whatever. He can deal with it. Not mine.
That's the nice thing. Yeah, we got this whole new generation of players, and I don't really want to get beat by them for the next 20 years. So
Yeah,
we'll just
no.
leave it to them. We'll go do something else.
Yeah.
Pickleball? Are people still playing pickleball?
I'm down to play some pickleball. Yeah, we'll have a pickleball
Yeah.
side bracket at 3SO.
Yeah. Resolve can win the next 23 SOs. That's fine. I'll watch at home and then I'll go play pickleball.
You want to join my pickleball team, Lance?
Absolutely. I think we're gonna kill it. Yeah, no one's gonna beat us.
You get into bowling,
Okay.
right?
Oh, bowling. Yeah. No, that's. I like watching sports where it's like 60-year-old guys are still like in contention for the championship. That's very appealing.
I mean, that's kind of
Who
third
do you
strike
think
at
you
this
are, I
point,
am?
bro. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who do you think you are? Love me or hate me, you still watched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Ray, you have any other questions?
Travel plans for this year. We got Jazzy coming up, CEO, Third Strike Open. We're gonna be traveling. Where are we gonna get to play Jamie at this year?
The only 2 tournaments I actually have plans for the rest of the year are going to be Resurrection and 3SO.
Okay. Good tournaments, very strong tournaments. So.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. We got some. Oh, Lance, any questions?
We have some questions from the chat, and then Ray has some questions from the SCT server.
Yeah, it's the set server, and they gave me like 4 questions, so we'll go for those. So.
Cool.
Okay. And then we'll get some. And then we'll finish it out with some rapid fire questions, and we'll call it a night.
Cool.
Okay. So Countdown asks favorite set. So I'm guessing this means in general, maybe your favorite set you've ever watched.
Oh, my favorite set I've ever watched? Fuck. I don't know if I've ever been more excited for a set than when I watched Boa and 5-Star at 3SO
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good
that was a good one.
last year. That I don't know if I ever screamed over this game that hard. That was quite something.
Yeah, no, that was an awesome match. That was a match where I was really worried about it because, like, I'm always very worried about the equipment and like it's the equipment functioning. Like, I don't ever want to be like, oh yeah, we fucked it up. Like, this big match happened and our equipment was not ready for it. And I played the match after, like right after Ian Boa played, I was the next match up, and like 3 of the buttons were disconnected entirely, and so we had to go back and watch the footage and be like, were they disconnected while they were playing? And the answer is no. All the buttons were accounted for. Ye just smacked the cab so hard that 3 buttons disconnected.
I believe it.
Speaks to the
Yeah.
passion of the
2 sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love. I mean, kind of off topic, but I love the player cams where you can see their hand movements. We were
Agreed.
watching one of our local players, Alan. He was playing a necro player, and he kept saying like, "Oh, I'm supering that. I promise you, I'm supering that." We got to watch his hands, and I'm like, "Bro, you're so late. Like, you're not even close. Like, So it's like almost like having inputs on like in real time.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nero asks, why Ariana Grande?
No real reason. It was kind of funny. So my first ever tournament for any game that I went to, like actual regional, was for Melee. And this is actually how I started playing Melee originally, was at a Midwest regional called Big House. I was there because I was visiting some friends. And they were like, hey, this tournament's happening here. Let's go see what it's about. I showed up. There was a side tournament happening there. There's like I don't know what to call them. I don't know if they're like a nonprofit or like a little side community, but Smash Sisters, right? They do like Smash for women. They were doing their own little tournament, and one of my friends convinced me to just enter, having not played any Smash games since I was like 8, 9, whenever Brawl came out, right? I think Ariana Grande's Sweetener had just come out, so I had been listening to that record a bunch, so I kind of thought it was funny to make my tag someone else's name, and so I kind of just rolled with it.
Love it.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. Do you feel any guilt for naming yourself after a person who licked donuts at a donut shop?
Oh, I remember that.
None at all.
Okay,
None at
perfect.
all.
Doc3292 asks, why Cactus League in Arizona is every other month instead of every month?
Sometimes it's every month. Sometimes it's every other month. The fact of the matter is that our TO right now, Action Hank, Adam, he's just a busy dude. He works a lot. I think that all of us either have full-time jobs, we have a lot of people have kids, family obligations, whatever it is. So I think some of the infrequency is to avoid burnout. But other than that, we're pretty good about showing up at least like we have our locals on Fridays at Gaming Zone, so we're pretty good about showing up to those. But ultimately, it's just like whenever we can get enough people together and aligns with people's schedules that we're gonna have a good turnout. No one wants to hold a tournament and then like 8 people show up, right? So we do a lot of other events too, just besides our monthlies, right? Like, there's in the West Valley here in Phoenix, we have a player named Pierce Nightmare who hosts out of his house. He has a crazy house with a bunch of different arcade equipment, different consoles and everything. And so he'll do like barbecues and people will come over and play. So, same with the Tucson scene too. They host every now and then. So we just do a lot of stuff besides tournaments. Like, it's just, whenever it happens, it happens.
Okay. Ray, you have some questions from the SCT Discord?
Yeah. So I think Kirishiro asked, how long have you been playing Third Strike, which I think we covered that before, and will you ever come to NYC? And he plans to go to New York.
I would love to go to New York. It just has not been in the cards yet. So, whenever it can happen, it'll happen. Just life is tough sometimes. So travels like we've talked about a bunch today that it's just expensive as shit to go anywhere right now.
It is. Yeah. Make friends. Get one big B&B and split it to my people traveling. So makes it much easier. Dea said Kikyo show ? He plays that super.
Oh, no.
It's fucking garbage. But I'll get you two Chun players' thoughts on that.
Don't piss me off.
Yeah, I famously, and I haven't given this a lot of thought, so don't take this as some deep claim that I've deeply felt or whatever. I've said before that Chun-Li with SA1 is just Elena, like she's a mid-tier character. I think what makes Chun-Li broken is that she has 2 supers that you can just do back to back in round 3 and just win. So, yeah, I mean, it's obviously a very easy anti-air that's hard to parry, but the damage output is not high. Yeah, I don't think it's too good.
I don't think it's. I mean, I disagree. I think Chun-Li is probably still top 3 even with Kikosho. I think some of the stuff that makes her so strong is not just her super, but I think her super like just makes her like extra why people hate her so much. But no, like what it's the anti-air super, right? What do you do when they don't jump? You lose everything, right?
You just don't have a super.
Yeah, like what are we doing here?
Okay, garbage
don't like
super. Got it.
It's good for, it's cool. Justin Wong does it for his videos. I mean, it's cool.
He tried that shit against Yao too. I actually watched that like when he was over there.
Yeah, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it's like, don't do that, brother. That man is a fucking god. You can't cheese him out. I promise you.
Disrespectful, honestly.
Jimbo asks, why Chun-Li?
She just resonates. She's just fun, takes a strong character for a strong player.
I like that.
Downright Lag says, is there any other character that called to you other than Chun? I think you got a Urien, right? You got a pocket Urien.
I love, dude. If I was gonna switch to any character, it'd be Urien. Unfortunately, I am terrible, so I need the easy character. But I love Urien. Like I think I like Urien more than Chun, if I'm going to be honest. But I'm not good enough to play that character. It's a pretty bad character.
What is with Urien players liking Chun-Li or vice versa? Like I know, like Josh, like Nipperman, he went from Urien to Chun, and then like I don't know. I don't see the I don't know how those two characters relate, but
I guess like both of them are like meter Reliant
Red Bean too,
characters,
Red
right?
Bean. Yeah, I
You
forgot.
kind of play like they're very different when they have a bar stocked or not.
Mm.
They both have two bars, and they both have like set play around that. But I don't know. There's always been that kind of alliance. I don't know when it started, where it came from. I always think of Lance and Steelhammer playing at was it Frosty? Is that a
Oh
Frosty?
yeah,
Yeah,
Frosty.
the
Yeah.
famous
Yeah, I think a U2
photo.
shaking hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the jewel in the mouth, right? Like,
Yeah. Yep.
that's
Tokido as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
very true. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah, I think me and
Cool.
Dan pushed the alliance farther, but I don't think we began it. But
No, I don't think so.
We're just one chapter in a long story of Chun-Yurian relations.
Right.
All right. Not necessarily a question, but my wife says hi. She told me to say that.
Oh my gosh, Rebecca, hello. Thanks for housing us, me and Kara, when we were there.
Yeah, she's like, who are you interviewing? And I'm like, Jamie. And she's like, oh, tell her I said hi. I'm like, okay.
Rebecca's so awesome.
Yeah,
She's so cool.
She puts up with a lot of nonsense. True.
She's one of be good to her.
True champion of the FGC. So.
Yeah, she Dallas is on her back for sure.
And then Wolfrain asks, what challenge has she had to face as a female in the FGC, especially with some level of notoriety? Good question.
Notoriety? Am I notorious?
You're pretty good at this game. I'm not sure if you
Oh,
know.
is that what it means? I don't think that's true,
I
but
think it's notoriety in a good way. Yeah.
okay. Well, that's nice. Damn, I mean that's a whole can of worms that I don't know if I'm prepared to give a good answer about. I think I will say that I'm pretty lucky in that my immediate scene here in Arizona has always been very good to me. No one has made me feel like anything less than family. I've never felt like I've been excluded or that I have had to, prove anything. I've never had my Me Too moment here, right? Like that's awesome. I think on the wider scale of things, it is kind of, I guess it's almost kind of lonely. Like girls don't play this game, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that's one thing Third Strike sucks. Like the ratio of men to women is probably like 20-1, if not worse than that, right? And there's not a lot of women like competing at higher levels. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And it's not just because like girls aren't good or whatever. There's a lot of reasons. Like the first offline tournament I went, or not offline tournament, offline event was terrifying for me because I'm showing up to meet a bunch of people that I've only met online at some dude's house in his garage. Like, am I walking into like a Silence of the Lambs situation? Like, am I like, like that, like as a dude, you don't worry about that shit, right?
Yeah,
So, like, and so that I think little like there's like barriers. I don't know if it's like an accessibility thing. I don't know how to phrase it, but like that's like a thing that is tough to trying to get better because you have to be involved and you have to meet people and you have to play against better players and get access to where the good players are playing to get better. And some of that's hard to do on your own. And there's just not a lot of women playing. So I think I don't necessarily think that I have had a harder or better time being that I'm one of the few girls playing this game. But I think sometimes it can be a little bit lonely in that regard, right? Like it's a boys' club. And I don't think it doesn't need to not be a boys' club. I think that's fine, but I don't know. I try not to think about it too much and I just try to fucking hit my low forward super, I guess. Like if I just do that good enough, like that's what's gonna shine through more than anything else.
Nice, yeah. I always have to apologize to Nico. I'm just like, hey, sorry. Because, like, I know it's tough, like, just hanging out with a bunch of fucking middle-aged bros, you know?
She loves it. She's all about it. That girl's tough. She's awesome.
Yeah, Nico's the best, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and since everyone in Dallas' sense of humor froze in like 2012. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's most of the scene, so.
2012 was a good year, not a bad year. So.
That's when the world ended, actually. Yeah, that was
true.
Okay, was that the last of the set questions or no?
One from me. Top 3 players you Like like top 3 favorite players to watch. I will say, like, if you want to, like, I feel like watching some Third Strike. Who are you gonna turn on?
Frankie, Neem, and Resolve.
Mm. American boys, love it, love it.
Yep.
Okay, okay. And then
Cool.
let me check the chat. Yeah, I think we're good on chat questions. Yeah. Lance, you wanna
Okay,
go?
so rapid fire questions here at the end.
Okay.
And then we'll call it a podcast. Okay, question 1. Should wobbling be unbanned, and are Melee players bad people for banning it?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Perfect. All right, correct answer. So far, so good.
Very strong.
Do you have someone in your mind that is your rival in Third Strike?
Yes. Caramelty.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. When I'll do my whole preamble here. Aliens descend from the heavens. They're going to eradicate the entire planet, and the only way to save the planet is if you choose one person to play one game for the fate of the entire
Resolve.
planet. That's actually a really fucking good answer. And I hope they complain as much as I do when they play them. Perfect. Okay, Dream Cooperation Cup team. Now, this can be what you think would be the best possible American team. This could be the best team that you would ever want to be a part of, you and all your friends. However you want to answer the question.
I'll elaborate on that. I want you to put together your 5 squad that you're playing on, and then 5 players to win.
My squad that I'm playing. Oh fuck, that's. I might have to think about this. I don't know if I can rapid fire this.
You're a captain. You gotta put your 4 on.
People that I would like to play with, my friends that I'd want to play with.
Yeah, like you gotta assemble a squad, like synergy, camaraderie, all that good stuff.
And then the 5 people that I gotta like. I think they would win.
You're putting $1 million bet on a winning team. Who are you putting on that team?
Okay, so my squad, it would be me. I'd pick Caramelty. I would pick Rennick. I would pick Boa. I don't think Boa would want to play with me though, because Boa would probably be on the other team. Fuck. I would pick Sunny. Who would be number 5?
Wait, that's 5, right? Oh, we're not including Boa.
Oh, I think that's only 4 with me,
Wait.
right? Yeah.
Jamie, Caramelty, Rennick, Boa, Sunny.
That is 5. Yeah, you're right.
But you can have a 6th. It could be a 6-person team.
Who would be the Phil? Because Boa's gonna say no, because Boa's on the other team. Fuck, I don't know, dude. Send in Arliath.
Holy
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm for it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then who's
I don't know what the other team. That's tough, dude. I have to really think about that, right? Like I've already named him 2 or 3 times now, but Resolve for sure. Like that guy is easily like just one of the best in the game right now.
World class, right? He's world class.
Like how can you not count on him? He's reliable. I'd for sure put Frankie. Put Tenren on it.
Okay.
Right? You gotta have Tenren. And maybe it would get him off a Fightcade too. He's been to co-op once, maybe he'd go again. Shit. I guess let's count Boa, right? Let's count Boa, because Boa's not gonna play on my team. Boa's gonna play on the actual team that wins. Fuck, and then Amir.
Okay.
Because we gotta have a Chun.
Love it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Ray, any last questions?
Oh, you forgot one. Top 5 favorite games. I always love hearing this.
Yeah.
Top 5 favorite games. Fuck.
And we will judge you off this, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I like name series? Because it's hard for me to pick some games out of a series.
That's fine. Just don't
Okay.
say Call of Duty or something like that. Then we're like, all right.
Monster Hunter.
Okay. Yeah.
I fucking love Monster Hunter.
Favorite one specifically?
My favorite one is Monster Hunter 2 Dose, which was a Japanese only game that got a translation a couple years ago, so you can play it. You can also play it online on your PlayStation 2. Real shit. Really cool. Love that game to death. That is one of my all-time favorites. Probably StarCraft Brood War. That's a game I grew up with. My older brother got me playing that game before I could read. I'd probably pick Pokemon, a Gen 2 Pokemon game.
Gen 2.
Yeah, like just because it's like
I'm
that's
Gen
like
1 or nothing. You know, I'm old.
I just spent so much time as a kid playing silver, right?
Fair.
And then how many is that? Is that 4? Is that 3?
That's Monster Hunter, Brood War, and Pokemon Gen 2.
Okay. Halo 3.
Okay.
I'm a beast at that game.
We played
Well,
that,
we do have a session. We might have you join.
Invite me. I'll beat everyone. I promise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
good.
We played it what, Sunday,
Um,
Lance? We played Sunday with the boys.
Yeah, we did, and I also am really good. I also beat all of them.
Lance is
I
fucking
beat you.
terrible.
No,
He's so
you
bad.
don't
Oh
even
no,
know.
I am actually the worst player
Okay.
of all time. Yeah. Okay, good game.
And then probably a Gran Turismo, like
Okay.
like Gran Turismo, like 3 or 4 or 1 or 2, like one of those first 4 games.
Love it. Good list actually. I was in the Monster Hunter original beta for PS2.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Oh, because you're an Armored Core guy.
Yeah, I'm an Armored Core.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. So
That's okay. Word.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
So I love Monster Hunter a lot. Not the newest
Yes.
one. Wilds is really
No, it's biggest disappointment of games.
Yeah, me and Rebecca played Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on 3DS a lot. Like,
Yep.
I'll tell a story just to embarrass her. She carded 3 times. She spiked the fucking DS. Like, I've never seen her that angry. She just spiked it. She was doing the heavy breathing and everything. And I was like, okay, like, now you can never get mad at me when I get upset at Street Fighter ever again because I just watched you spike a DS.
That's what it's all about. Like, I love that. That game sucks. It's awesome.
But yeah, Monster Hunter, great series. So, closing thoughts. Anything you want to tell the Third Strike community? We still got, I think we got 25 viewers. Not too bad.
Not bad.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not that important, but thanks for having me. It was tons of fun just shooting the shit. So thanks.
Well, question for me too. What guests do you want to have on the podcast next? I already have a schedule lined up, so hopefully it's one of those that I already have lined up. But if not, then I gotta add them to the list. I'm trying to do this routinely. I know I've been sporadic about doing episodes and stuff, but trying to put together a schedule here.
Who would be fun? I mean, I'll call out my girl Cara Melty.
Okay.
Get her on here. Talk to her. She's got a lot of shit. She came out to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
She played in some tournaments. She won one tournament where one of the only people she really had to beat was me. She gets on the mic and she starts going, Arizona's free. Arizona's so free. Get her on here.
Love it. Okay. I'll add Cara to the list then. So, all right. Well, if you got another closing thoughts, we'll go ahead and end the podcast. Toronto Resurrection coming up. Jazzy in 2 weeks? Big Third Strike events coming up. Third Strike Open, obviously in October. Make sure you sign up. I gotta register cap this thing because I can't have 200 people there. There's just too many people in the fucking venue. Make sure you're signing up. ThirdStrikeOpen.com. Support your local. Support Jazzy. Support Toronto Resurrection, and play Third Strike. It's a good game. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us, and see you guys next week on Tuesday. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, just in case I back out. Then you guys can call me out for it. But next Tuesday we'll have another guest on. I believe it's Big Red. I think he's the next guest. So.
Oh hell yeah!
So Big Red, shouts to Will, Cardi B himself. So, yeah, we'll see you guys next week for some Third Strike talk. So,
thanks for having me,
Jamie. Thank you so much for joining us, and appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.